At the end of the battle against Broly, and because Goku and Vegeta had to merge, both Saiyans had decided to train with much more enthusiasm, and with much more determination, so both Saiyans had taken different paths. I plan to train for my part, because I want also to master new techniques and be able to master my own internal energy.
But Kakarot, why don't you want to train with Mr. Whis? He'll be able to enable us to master our internal energy with much more ease.
No, Vegeta! Whis has taught us the most important thing, but we ourselves have to be able to master all our internal energy.
Those are stupid things, Kakarot. But it's okay, I plan to train on the planet of Mr. Beerus.
Have a good one, Vegeta! So both warriors would leave to each of their destinations, while Goku would be gone to the mountains to start meditating. Vegeta would be picked up by Whis, so both would leave to the planet of Beerus. It's a surprise that Mr. Goku didn't come with you, since he's the one who always wants you to train with him. This seems very suspicious to me.
I think the same, Whis, but with this he'll only stay behind me, because if he's not able to have the training of an angel, he won't be able to do something against me.
In that part, you are mistaken, Mr. Vegeta, because if Mr. Goku's body has been able to adapt to another type of training, the progress he could achieve will be incredible.
I don't think his pathetic training will be much more effective than the training of a guardian angel. So Whis, please, I'm asking you to train me. Yes, Whis, train him. Because if the great Zeno-sama organizes another tournament of power again, we have to get the victory of Universe 7 in the same way.
It's okay, Mr. Beerus, and you, Mr. Vegeta. I hope you're ready for the training I'm going to give you.
Hey, Whis, are you even going to grant him that training? Don't you think it's too early for Vegeta to be able to bear it?
Of course not, Mr. Beerus. I'm very sure that Mr. Vegeta will be able to master the power beyond a god of destruction.
I don't know what kind of training you're talking about, but of course I'll be able to master the power beyond a god. I'm the Prince of the Saiyans. Nothing's impossible for me.
In that case, it will be better to start from tomorrow, since I want you to be at 100% of your full capacity. Otherwise, you'll not be able to do anything.
I don't understand what you mean, but I will.
Returning to the planet Earth, we can observe Goku meditating while several planets around him move by the extortion of his simple ki. Goku seemed to do nothing, but in his mind, he was fighting with a copy of it, in which it was a battle for the internal energy of his body. While fire could be observed all over the place, Goku would be at the moment opening his eyes, being able to observe the typical silver-colored glow of the Ultra Instinct. It's been complicated. I didn't think that accessing the Ultra Instinct on my own would be so complex, and despite this, it's not perfect. I was only able to activate the defensive part. I have to keep training. Goku's training in the first month consisted of improving every internal part of his body, since he had come to the conclusion that in order to be able to overcome each of his limits, he should be able to first master his own internal energy. I have to be able to master all my power, so that my own body is able to withstand much more of an energy load, and not lose speed in the process. Goku would continue with his great training, which was being observed by the Great Priest since he had started his training.
This is amazing. I can't believe that Mr. Goku on his own realized that meditation's what really breaks the limits of a warrior.
Instantly, the King of the Hole would likewise leave the palace. Daishenkin, what are you watching? I'm really bored.
My lord, I've been watching Mr. Goku, and it's difficult to assimilate that he's a mere mortal, because even for angels, it's complex to enter the world of meditation.
My friend Goku's amazing. I want to see him too. If he becomes more powerful, then I'm sure everything will be much more fun.
Of course, yes, my lord. I'm sure great things will happen if Lord Goku's power rises.
Meanwhile, in Universe 11, Jiren's still training, as he couldn't stand the idea of being defeated by a Saiyan.
I have to raise my power much more, since I'm not able to believe that the power of trust is able to reach such a high level.
Jiren, what's the matter? I've been thinking about you a lot lately.
It's nothing, Topo. I was just thinking about the incredible power of possessing Son Goku. He completely beat me. I had not lost the Ultra Instinct. That was my end.
Both warriors started training in the same way, but unlike Jiren, he would begin to train physically completely, leaving aside meditation since he wanted to have a much greater resistance to be able to master 100% of all his power. Without his muscles growing in such an aggressive way, returning to the planet of Beerus, Vegeta was training with Whis. However, in training he carried it out in one of the most complicated workouts of his entire life, since every day it was a different torture. The Prince of the Saiyans was in his base state very badly injured.
Whis, I'm not able to move freely. Your punches are too powerful. I didn't think you'd be able to hit me with such power.
For the same reason, I informed you that this would be the most difficult training of your entire life, since the resistance you possess has to grow at least threefold to be able to withstand the state beyond a god of destruction.
Damn it. I'm not gonna let that stupid workout make fun of me. I'll prove to the useless Kakarot that he's completely wrong.
Vegeta with much more determination, and despite being with serious injuries, he was able to access the Super Saiyan, and with it on this occasion, he would begin to throw hundreds of blows at Whis, being in vain. But his body began to assimilate every pain and his energy veins enlarged, being able to transport much more power. That's enough for today, Mr. Vegeta. Go and rest, because in the same way, rest influences in a surprising way for the development of energy. For his part, Goku had not tasted a bite. In about 2 weeks he'd been meditating, he could be seen very concentrated. But the moment he opened his eyes, a great light would rise all over the planet Earth. Even the pressure was perceived by the deities of Universe 7.
Hey Whis, is that the Power Son Goku or am I wrong?
It's amazing. I don't know what kind of training Mr. Goku's doing, but he's able to master the Ultra Instinct. That's right, Goku was able to access the Ultra Instinct 100%, but while walking, the ground would fall very badly injured. I'm in pain. I don't know how the hell I'm able to stay in the Ultra Instinct more than 10 minutes in the Tournament of Power. If now only by accessing that state, I feel that my whole body's destroyed. Goku would eat one of the seeds to fully recover, so with much more determination, this time he would stand up. It's time to start training my physique, because if I've been able to access the Ultra Instinct, that means I need much more resistance in my body to withstand it. Goku would start flying all over the universe. That's right, what Goku was really looking for were battles with very powerful warriors, because this time he needed a battle partner. So he would remember Broly arriving in a few minutes to his planet. Hey Broly, how have you been? Are you ready to able to master the status of legendary Super Saiyan?
How long without seeing you, Son Goku? And answering your question, I've been training, but I don't master it 100%. Or the question?
I want to have a fight with you, to see this time which of the two of us is more powerful. What do you think?
I don't think it's a good idea since the last time they had to merge to be able to stop me, and you alone weren't able to do anything against me.
Broly, on this occasion, if you get out of control, this completely sure that only with me is more than enough to make you come too.
Are you implying that you have much more power than me, the mighty legendary Saiyan? Don't forget that my power is unlimited.
I know that your power is unlimited, but unlike my power and my ability, that'll not be enough, since I possess the power beyond a god, and I'll prove it to you. Goku would start with his typical warm-up, and at the moment of finishing it, he would access the imperfect Ultra Instinct, which left Broly surprised, who didn't know that transformation, but the pressure through all the air could be felt was a surprising pressure.
Apparently I've not been the one only who has been training, but I want to see if you're able to cope with my legendary status. I will use all my power, confident that you'll be able to stop me.
Broly would begin to release all his power, with which the whole place was shaking. That's right, Broly's power had also risen in an amazing way, and with a loud scream, Broly was able to access the legendary state, and he had seen the ability to reason.
I hope you're able to beat me, or I'll end your pathetic life.
Of course I'll be able to beat you, Broly. That goes without saying. Both warriors began to exchange hundreds of blows all over the place. While the whole place was destroyed by each exchange of blows, Whis would realize the battle that both Saiyans were carrying out. It's amazing that Mr. Goku is able to access 50% of the Ultra Instinct at will. I find it hard to believe that he is a mere mortal.
Whis, I want to stay behind Kakarot. I also want to master the Ultra Instinct. If that worm's able to achieve it, I'm sure I could do it anyway.
Of course, yes, Mr. Vegeta, but you will not be able to achieve the Ultra Instinct, since the energy that runs through every part of your body is energy of destruction.
That means I'll never be able to reach this state with which Kakarot's been intangible.
I wouldn't say that, Mr. Vegeta, since for that very reason I've been granting you this rigorous training, since the resistance you need is amazing, but you are ready to access the Ultra Ego.
Ultra Ego? What's this? The Ultra Ego, like the Ultra Instinct, both are doctrines, which will give you a great advantage in battle, because if you face any warrior who doesn't possess either of these doctrines, your victory is guaranteed in 95%.
That's right, Mr. Vegeta, but if both possess doctrines, the victor will be the one who is able to take any advantage in the battle or even.
I'm ready to access the Ultra Ego.
Vegeta would begin to expel all his power with the energy of a god of destruction. Meanwhile, returning to the battlefield, both Saiyans seemed to be very similar, but in an oversight of Goku, Broly was able to grant him an accurate blow, sending him flying. But the critical blow was instantly that Broly moved at a great speed and was able to hit a blow to the back of his head, which even made him lose consciousness. Broly, having lost control, would begin to destroy everything around him. Well, Goku was unconscious, but at the moment when she opened her eyes, her gaze had completely changed, accessing the Super Saiyan Blue, but something strange this time was that his hair, instead of being blue, was a pink color. Damn good for nothing! I don't know what happened, but I plan to end your miserable life once and for all! Goku had thrown himself against Broly, being able to grant him thousands of gravity hits. That's right, Goku had been able to get a great power-up, while his energy had completely changed to an amazing negative energy, which was perceived even by the deities of Universe 7.
Whis, what happened to Son Goku's ki? Because it stopped feeling for a few moments, and when it came back, it's a power of pure evil.
Vegeta was able to access the Ultra Ego successfully.
I want to fight the cursed one of Kakarot. I want to show him who's the prince of the Saiyans.
While Goku on this occasion had begun to torture Broly with each of his punches, as he had been able to awaken his true killer instinct. I'll end your life. It feels good to be back after so long. Goku's power had skyrocketed in an amazing way. While the color of his hair had turned instantly into pink color, that power was even felt up to the power of the Destroyer God. But instantly, Vegeta's incredible power had also been released to the maximum. That's right, the powerful Saiyan Prince was able to dominate the Ultra Ego to 57% of its full capacity due to the rigorous training he had received.
This power is incredible, but Whis, maybe the incredible evil power that's perceived is from the Kakarot insect.
Apparently, so is Mr. Vegeta, because for a few moments the power of Mr. Goku has disappeared completely, but when he had appeared again, his essence was completely dark and negative.
Something must have happened. It will be better to go and investigate what happened so that nothing happens that we can regret.
Everyone would start going to where Goku's power was felt, because his power was so great that this time it even overshadowed the power of Broly, the legendary Saiyan. However, Broly was not possessing reason in his most primitive form of the legendary Super Saiyan would pounce against Goku. Brainless shit! I'll end your miserable life and send you to the other world! Broly, despite having much more physical power, was not able to do anything against Goku, which, even his speed was incredible, being able to grant him millions of blows in a matter of seconds. Goku, with a powerful kick, was able to send him over a few rocks to crash. Saiyan Atomizer! Goku would throw a powerful attack which at the moment of impacting with Broly would cause several more explosions. So Broly would stand up, but his whole body was in terrible condition. Even his resistance was no longer able to withstand another similar attack, but Broly, without control and forcing his body much more, began to increase his power in a great way. So instantly hundreds of spheres of energies would be thrown from Broly's whole body. But for Goku, they were nothing more than simple artificial games. Don't you want to know how to control your power? You'd better take this battle seriously if you don't want it to end your miserable life. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of the Whole, Daishinkan's gaze had changed to a much more serious one, noticing the sudden change in Son Goku's personality.
This is not Son Goku's usual personality. What happened to him? Since I can feel how even the essence of his body has changed to an incredible darkness.
Daishinkan would continue to observe the battle, so Goku, in a fit of anger, would grant much more power to each of his blows, being able to put Broly against the ropes and would begin to load a powerful attack in the palm of his hands. I want to see if you can get back on your feet after this big attack, you miserable worm! Heavenly Destroyer! The incredible attack of Goku at the moment of being able to impact with Broly would be evaporated by the great presence of the Prince of the Saiyans. That's right, the Ultra Ego, being destructive energy, was able to disintegrate the entire attack of Son Goku as if it were magic.
What's wrong with you, Kakarot? That was too powerful to be simple training.
But if the Prince of the Saiyans has arrived on the battlefield, or better to call you the good-for-nothing Prince, since the only thing you do on the battlefield is get in my way. The words of Goku were able to hurt Vegeta's pride, so the Prince, without compassion, would begin to exchange blows with Goku. However, on this occasion, Goku's body looked very badly injured. With every exchange he had against the Prince of the Saiyans, Vegeta, of a great sphere of energy, was able to send him crashing into a planet that was nearby, being destroyed in its entirety.
I know that blow was not able to end your life, so stand up and come fight with me. I'll make you respect the prince of your race.
Goku, as his was a human rocket, at an incredible speed was able to hit Vegeta in the chest, which due to his power would fall to a large part of the planet, forming a great chaos by that powerful impact.
Whis, that's not really Goku, because every chance he gets, he tries to end Vegeta's life, and it's very different from what Goku would do.
Don't be confused with my damn prince. If you don't want me to end your life, it's your problem. But I will use all my power to end your pathetic life. Vegeta would stand up with some injured beads, but they were only superficial, since thanks to training his physique, his resistance was much higher than Son Goku's resistance.
That blow has been somewhat effective, but if you want to be able to manage to hurt me, you'll have to possess much more power, because otherwise I'll end your miserable life.
Ha ha ha! That's what I wanted to hear, Prince Good for Nothing. Goku would pounce against Vegeta, while Vegeta likewise. Both Saiyans on this occasion seemed to have a very even battle, while Whis was able to observe Broly out of combat on the verge of death. It would be better to cure Mr. Broly, since apparently he was fighting against Mr. Goku, and he could give us important information about what happened to him. Whis, with his help from his staff, he was able to give all the energies to Broly, but without effectiveness of being able to wake up, because the power that Goku had used in each of his blows had left him very badly injured in his internal system.
Apparently he'll have to rest for the next 24 hours, so he'll have to be able to wake up.
The battle of both Saiyans on this occasion was even being observed by the great Zeno-sama, who with a very cold gaze would contact with God Beerus.
Beerus, I hope you're able to hear me. I don't know what's happened to my friend Goku, but if he doesn't react, I want you to end his life as he's a big threat. Whatever you say, great Zeno-sama.
Mr. Beerus, it is best, since you know that Son Goku can be a prodigy, and that his heart has been filled with evil. It can bring great consequences.
Damn, I don't want to end Son Goku's life. It'd be better to try to get him back to normal. If necessary, use your power so that you'll be able to wake Broly.
Whis would start to make a little of his energy flow throughout Broly's body, so after a few minutes, Broly was able to wake up, finding himself a little confused.
Ugh, my head hurts too much. What happened? Where are we?
Mr. Broly, this is not the time for this, but please, what happened to Mr. Goku in his battle? Why did your energy change so drastically?
I'm sorry, but not being able to control my legendary status, I'm not able to have any memories about the battle I had against Son Goku.
Angelic Divine Consciousness. The Whis technique was able to grant divine control of any state or transformation, so Broly was able to remember every moment of battle. Even this time, he was able to transform into his legendary state without losing control.
As far as I realize, I've been able to hit Goku in the back of his head, so I have knocked him out, and when I regained consciousness, his essence and power changed to a totally negative one.
Apparently, it's what I was afraid of, as Son Goku told us a few years ago. Flashback. But it seems strange to me that being a Saiyan, you don't have the annihilation of planets, nor the extermination of other races. You are a very peculiar Saiyan. That's because when I was very small, I fell from a great height, so my personality changed completely, disappearing my thirst of blood and destruction. And a flashback. That means that the real Goku has awakened. The Goku that has to destroy the entire planet Earth to be able to conquer it without leaving anything standing.
And that's what you're telling me is correct, Beerus. We have no choice, but apparently, Vegeta's able to have the advantage in the whole battle.
The Saiyan Prince, in every exchange of blows, was even able to do great damage to him with his simple aura, which resembled the energy of destruction. So Goku looked very badly injured, but Goku would take a little distance. I am able to realize that, to be a good-for-nothing, you have an incredible power. But if it's miserable, you have only achieved that power, training with the angel of the god of destruction.
I don't know what the hell you're saying. If I'm giving you a beating and you're not able to do anything against me.
I haven't used all my power. I just wanted to test the power of the Super Saiyan Rose that I've been able to obtain. But now I'll show you the power that you could never aspire to.
Goku would begin to channel his power, so as surprising as it may seem, Goku was trying to access the Ultra Instinct, while various natural phenomena appeared around the place due to the greater exhortation of Goku's power. It is impossible for him to be able to achieve this, because in order to be able to access the Ultra Instinct, he has to remain absolutely calm, something that is impossible for him at the moment. The aura of Goku would grow enormously, which would be observed from anywhere in the universe. That power would be perceived by all the gods of destruction, and the most powerful warriors of each of the universes, especially Jiren. That's the power of Son Goku, but how is it possible that he exudes such evil? Something bad is happening in Universe 7.
Jiren, have you been able to feel the power of Son Goku? The Son Goku we knew has apparently changed, since that's not his essence.
We'll have to go back to Universe 7, Topo.
But from Jiren's back, the voice of God of Destruction could be heard at the same time.
Jiren, don't worry. You'll be able to go with us, since we will also come to Universe 7. That power has left all of us a little scared.
Mighty Bellmount, I am not qualified to accompany you on this journey.
You are qualified, Topo, but we cannot leave the Pride forces without their two best warriors. You better stay in charge.
Understand, my lord. I'll gladly take the position. The trio of warriors quickly left for Universe 7, while Goku was able to access the imperfect Ultra Instinct, but the power he released was much greater than the one he previously released. Hehehe, this power is amazing. It's nothing compared to do when I had the pure, pathetic heart. Vegeta was being surprised, was not able to observe how a powerful blow was able to hit him completely, sending him flying hundreds of meters.
Whis, this is bad. Not even Vegeta with his Ultra Ego is able to do anything. I'll have to stop Son Goku, even end his life.
I agree with you, Mr. Beerus, as if your power keeps increasing as it has always done, it will become a mega-versal threat. However, Vegeta's power would be raised much more, so he would not allow Beerus to interfere in his battle.
Mr. Beerus, I'm still able to fight with that damn worm. I'll be the one to destroy it. I'm not gonna let it endanger the whole Universe 7.
Vegeta launched himself with a great speed against Goku, but the difference was abysmal. Goku's power seemed to be an ocean, while all of Vegeta's power seemed to be a simple river. That's right, the difference was unreal. So Goku, of an energy sword, was able to cut off all his limbs, leaving on the ground on the verge of death without being able to move. It's time to finish you, you worm! Goku would throw a powerful attack, but Beerus would stand in front of Vegeta with a very serious look, being able to destroy Goku's attack with great ease.
I never thought that I'd be able to end the life of my best warrior, but apparently there's no other alternative.
The powerful god Beerus would begin to increase all his power, while Whis helped to recover Vegeta from all his injuries. The power that Beerus is releasing is amazing, and besides, I feel like 3 gigantic powers are getting closer. I won't be able to beat them all. Goku being off guard, Beerus with a powerful blow opened it, sending flying, creating a large crater, and a powerful explosion due to the power of the blow of the most powerful god of all the universes. Goku would stand up while spitting out large amounts of blood, but instantly in the same way the deities of Universe 11 had arrived on the battlefield. I have no choice. It's not my style, but I'll have to leave the battlefield. Goku, from a small explosion of his own body, was able to raise enough smoke to leave the place. As he was leaving, a shadow would leave them a message. I swear I'll come back and finish every one of you good-for-nothing gods and angels. Goku had been able to disappear with great precision just at the exact moment in which the god of destruction Beerus had thrown one of his most powerful attacks. But Whis, along with his sister Margarita, were very surprised because the technique he had used of teleportation was a very advanced technique, which only the angels were able to use. Hey Whis, I understand that he is your best warrior and your #1 disciple, but it is forbidden to teach such techniques to mortals since things can happen as they are. I understand your point of view, Sister Mia, but unfortunately, I was not the one who taught it to him. In fact, Mr. Goku trained on his own, but in this battle, it was when his essence completely changed. A huge pressure would fall all over the place, while Jiren was approaching towards Whis. I don't know what happened to Son Goku, but I'll be able to stop him, since I can't allow such a powerful and evil warrior to roam the universes. It's a pity that Son Goku's head has already been requested by the king of all, Zeno-sama. So even if we wanted to help him, it's impossible for us. But we must do something, and fast, because if what Whis is telling me is correct, that Saiyan's capable of being done with techniques from us, the angels. Meanwhile, in an inhospitable planet on the 12 universes, Goku, as if it were a meteorite, would fall to the planet, causing great destruction all over the place, while large amounts of blood were scattered all over the place. That hurt me too much. That damn dwarf really asked for my head, but that'll be impossible for him since I possess the power beyond gods. Goku, from his suit, would take out one of the seeds to be able to fully recover, being able to even get a powerful Zenkai, because the wounds that Beerus had granted him were very severe. This power is amazing, but apparently I'll have to increase my power much more, so I don't have to run away again. But if two gods face me at the same time. But from the planet as if it were a lightning bolt, a powerful warrior was able to hit Goku all over his face. Despite having his guard up, it was impossible for him to cover up from the powerful blow he had received from his blind spot. Who the hell's there? You better show your face if you don't want to die. But how is it possible that there's anyone on this planet if I examine it completely? Have you forgotten about your biggest rival yet, you fucking monkey? But I am able to notice how your power has drastically changed. Even this time, your level of evil is almost on par with my level. But if you're Frieza, how's it possible that you've been able to travel between universes? Or did you steal the transport bucket from some god? Ho 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 ho! You are completely confused, Saiyan. If you're able to travel between universe, why wouldn't I be able to do it? You don't think you underestimate yourself anymore. You are nothing compared to the power I have gained in recent years. These are bad, Frieza, since you don't know the power that I have achieved. Even if you've increased your power, that won't be enough to face me. But to Goku's surprise, Frieza, with a quick movement, was able to hold Goku with an overwhelming force, while with his tail gave hundreds of blows all over the body to Son Goku, who despite using all his physical strength wasn't able to free himself from the powerful grip of the evil Emperor Frieza. Ho ho ho! I thought you had much more power. Aren't you able to free yourself from this simple grip? It means that you'll not be worthy to obtain my new transformation. Frieza with a big kick had sent him flying to a few rocks, forming a big collision. By the power of Frieza, although at first glance it looked more like a kick, the power used could resemble a destructive power capable of ending more than 50% of a universe. So Goku, despite having incredible physical resistance, it was impossible for him to resist that attack. Damn! How are you able to get all that power? I remember that in the Tournament of Power, you were nothing but simple trash next to me. Like you, I've undergone a rigorous training, because being a prodigy, I know that my power is capable of surpassing that of all the gods, that damn dwarf who calls himself the king of all. Apparently with you, I'll have to use all my power, the power of the real Kakarot, the power that by law belonged to me, but the useless one of Goku took from me. Goku would return to his base state, however the heat that his body released was incredible, since his whole body was accessing the Ultra Instinct, while Kakarot raised all his power, the same would be said the same. I will have to access the perfect Ultra Instinct, since apparently this power of this bastard is raised in a great way. I won't be able to cope with the imperfect Ultra Instinct. From a great light in the sky, it was possible to observe Goku, who had accessed the Ultra Instinct, showing his peculiar silver hair with which he imposed respect before any warrior. But this was not the case for Frieza. Ho 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 ho! I was waiting for you to use that power, because from what I understand, it's the power beyond a god. I want to show you that I'm capable of overcoming that mystical power. It's a pity that it's impossible for you, because no matter how much you train, you won't be able to overcome my reflexes. Goku had transformed into a Flash due to his speed, but when he hit Frieza, he was amazed to realize how evil Emperor, with a simple movement of his head, was able to dodge the powerful blows of Goku. So Goku would start throwing millions of blows against Frieza, but this wasn't enough, since the power that Frieza on this occasion even surpassed the power of Beerus.
If that's all your power, you've decepted me, since I thought you had much more power. But it's a pity that your power is so low.
What are you saying? If you haven't been able to give me any hits either. But Goku's mouth would be closed with a great blow which had sent him to the base of the planet. Meanwhile, the deities of Universe 11 and 7 had headed to the kingdom of the great Zeno-sama to inform the whole situation being received by Daishinkan.
What's happened was Mr. Goku's very bad, since his power has no limit being a Saiyan, and his heart will be corrupted. He'll have a beastly power increase. But what can we do? Or do we have to end Kakarot's life?
Goku's my best friend, but I can't let the 12 universes fall into chaos for one warrior. Even if it hurts, I have to finish my best friend Goku.
As you yourselves have heard, you have precise orders to end the life of Mr. Goku before we, the High Commands, take action in the matter.
Father, excuse the question, but if you, the action in the matter, what measures will you take to end Mr. Goku?
We plan to make a single attack, with which it'll be enough to end the life of Mr. Goku, even if we have to end that universe completely.
Daishinkan-sama, is he perhaps implying to me that with the attack that eliminated Son Goku, it'll be directed to an entire universe?
Unfortunately, that's how it is, Beerus, because if Son Goku's able to use the Angel's teleportation, we'll have no alternative but to seal a universe and end that entire universe completely.
That'll be the best alternative if none of the gods is able to beat Son Goku, because if he becomes stronger, I'm sure he will even become a problem for us.
It's decided. I want you to end Son Goku's life as fast as possible. You have 72 hours from now, Daishinkan. I want you to inform all the gods.
As you order, great Zeno-sama.
Daishinkan would transmit the information to each of the gods, so everyone mobilized in search of Son Goku. Meanwhile, returning to the battlefield, we could observe a Goku in the Ultra Instinct very badly injured, while Frieza only had a few scratches that didn't represent anything serious.
Being my first opponent, you'll have the joy of observing my new transformation.
New transformation? I thought it was a simple hoax, but apparently Frieza's powers increased in an amazing way. Frieza would begin to expel a large part of all his power, which was able to leave Son Goku surprised, even while a powerful pressure fell on his entire body, which tried to completely bend him. Damn it! I'm not going to get down on my knees to this bastard. This pressure won't be able to bend me. Goku, with his great strength, was able to release his pressure. However, it was a matter of seconds for Frieza's pressure to destroy Goku's pressure completely, while from a huge explosion all over the place, Frieza could be seen in his new transformation.
I present to you my new transformation, which I have named Black Frieza. I will show you a little of the power of my attacks in this transformation.
Frieza would throw millions of rays towards Goku's body, which, despite possessing the Ultra Instinct, was able to dodge a few, while all the others were able to destroy each of his limbs. So Goku, being very badly injured, would fall to the ground, returning to his base state. Damn, I didn't imagine this result. This bastard's power has been elevated in a way that I'm not even able to assimilate it. But the whole universe, the power of Frieza would be perceived, so the god Kaitla of Universe 4 would quickly fly to one of his planets, starting to laugh at upon arrival because he was able to observe Son Goku in these deplorable conditions.
This will be much easier than expected, since apparently I'll be able to finish this damn Saiyan without any effort.
Kaitla, carrying a powerful attack in the palm of his hand, he brought down with a single blow. That's right, the powerful god Kaitla had lost his life with the blow from the Emperor of Evil.
Oh, that's too bad. I wanted to have some fun, but I'm still not able to master my strength in this transformation.
Frieza would observe Goku, and by stretching out one of his hands, he was able to transmit some of his energy to him so that he would be able to fully recover.
Why have you helped me? Are we not enemies? You are correct, but I have been able to realize how the power you possess radiates absolute evil. How about we form an alliance to end all the gods?
I'm listening. What are you offering me? Since I want to take down every single one of those good-for-nothings too. And that damn dwarf that calls himself the king of all.
I have the perfect plan. You and I will be the best couple, and with the power we possess, there would be nothing, and no one will be able to stop us. But we will have to increase your power. I thought my power was great, but your power has grown in an incredible way, and I want to get all that power to end each of those miserable. In that case, it'll be better to start with our trainings. We will be the new Emperors of Evil of the 12 universes. Enjoy your lives while you can, since it won't last long. I plan to finish with each one of you miserable worms. Meanwhile, on the planet of Beerus, Vegeta was meditating, remembering the battle he had against his greatest rival.
Kakarot's power's risen in a surprising way, but how's he able to get those results if he isn't able to trade with an angel?
Mr. Vegeta, I've noticed it very thoughtful. Is it maybe in the battle you had against Mr. Goku?
That's right, Whis. Despite having the hardest training with you, I wasn't able to force him to use all his power. I know that because I know Kakarot's way of fighting. That's Goku is not usual Goku. Since his power was pure evil, we have to do something as fast as possible.
Mr. Beerus is right. We cannot guarantee that Mr. Goku's the same, as he had never felt all that negative energy radiating from his body. While throughout all the universes, a great message would be spread.
The god Kyla has fallen into the hands of Lord Goku, apparently. I repeat, the god Kyla has perished on the battlefield. Stay tuned, gods, as the following may be you.
While Goku wrapped in shadows, he began a great training. The news about the death of the god Kyla had left the whole divine world very surprised, since the gods possessed a similar power among all, with the exception of the first three gods, which their powers were much superior to the others, being able to face all the gods and defeat them very heartily.
The power that Son Goku's been able to obtain is a power that we cannot take lightly, because if he has been able to finish with one of the gods, that means that he has the power to finish with most of the gods. Hey Whis, this is bad. Son Goku's power these days rise in an incredible way to be able to beat the Mario of Kyla.
That's right, Mr. Beerus, but we're not able to feel your power, so we're sure that in Universe 7 you are not.
Damn insect, I didn't think you'd be able to end the life of the god of destruction. Apparently you really want to die.
Meanwhile, on the planet of Universe 4, Frieza, together with Goku, had been able to carry out the riskiest training of his entire life. Since on this occasion, Frieza's attacks were with the intention of ending Goku's life. That's right, Goku at the end of each of his workouts was on the verge of death. Every time I finish a day of training, I end up in these miserable conditions. But I'm sure I'll be able to overcome all my limits. Thus, about 2 months had passed in which no god or angel was able to find out the whereabouts of Son Goku. So Daishinkan had decided to take his hands on the matter.
There's no remedy. I'll have to finish with the whole universe where Son Goku is, because if this continues like this, I'm sure that his power will break every one of his limiters.
Daishinkan, concentrating, would try to look for the power of Goku for all the 12 universes, but was surprised not being able to feel any essence from Goku. That's right, the power of Goku seemed to have disappeared from all the 12 universes.
This is amazing. The level of stealth he's been able to develop is amazing, since even I, a priest, is not able to feel his power.
Meanwhile, in all this time, Goku hadn't been able to raise his power much more, because every time he increased his power, his muscles grew exceptionally, which made him very slow, and despite possessing all that great power, he was easy prey, since speed on the battlefield was essential to be able to finish off his warriors, and likewise, be able to flee when he deserved it. Damn, I don't understand why my power stopped growing like it normally did. What's happening to my body? I thought the Saiyans had no limits. In that case, I regret to inform you that you're no longer useful to me at all, because I thought that if you increased your power level much more, you'd be able to help me raise my power, but you have remained at the same level for the last 2 months. Damn it, even though I know I'm not matched for you, I'm not gonna let you end my life so easily. I'm not gonna go to the other world by myself. You'll have to come with me! Goku would increase his power to the maximum, with which he was able to have a balance between speed and power. But compared to Frieza's incredible power, this wasn't enough, since the Emperor with his simple tail was able to protect himself from all the blows he received from Son Goku. And with a great blow, he's able to send him flying to another planet, completely destroying him.
While Goku's interior was in terrible conditions when receiving only one of Frieza's blows, Goku, without giving up, he would get back on his feet. But with every exchange of blows, it was the same result. Goku would be sent to a few rocks on which he vomited too much blood due to internal damage.
Damn! Why am I not able to raise all my power? Damn it!
Frieza began to approach Goku, while in the palm of his hand he carried a power with which he was able to completely annihilate the Saiyan.
If you raised your power much more, we would have been able to annihilate the best team of all the universes. But since your power's so low, you're no use to me here. So die!
Frieza would throw that beastly attack, which would begin to tear Goku apart. But as if it were a catalyst, Goku would take all the anger and frustration to be able to exceed all his limits. That's right, Goku was able to disintegrate all Frieza's power, which would leave him very surprised, because he had channeled a large amount of his power to be able to end Son Goku's life. But his amazement would grow much more when he realized how Goku's power began to rise in an amazing way, and unlike other previous times, this time his muscles weren't growing.
What happened to that damn monkey?
Goku's hair would begin to grow quickly, while all his power would also grow in an unreal way, making the entire Universe 4 capable of trembling, and the destruction of planets is inevitable. However, he's still not able to cross the barriers between the universes, so his power didn't reach the neighboring universes. Goku, with a powerful explosion of energy, could be observed with hair similar to the Super Saiyan 3, but this time, the color of his hair was a silver color, while his gaze was able to make even nervous to Frieza.
Damn monkey, I don't know where you've been able to get much more power from, but that won't be enough for you to be able to stand up to me, the mighty Frieza!
But the roles had completely changed, since on this occasion, Frieza, when granting him a powerful blow, all the bones of his arm were turned into small fragments due to the fact that Goku's body seemed to be made of steel.
How fragile your bones turned out to be! Apparently you're not able to do anything against my new power.
Damn monkey! Not because you've raised your power a little, you'll be able to beat me. You know the power I'm able to release in my black transformation Frieza.
For that simple reason, I have not ended your miserable life. Our alliance has come to an end, but in gratitude for not ending my life on that occasion, I'll let you use all your power.
Damn monkey, don't underestimate me. You'll regret your decision.
Frieza would begin to transform to be able to cope with Son Goku's new power. Meanwhile, on the planet of Beerus, Vegeta had instantly accessed the Ultra Ego, causing several damages throughout the Universe 7, which would attract the attention of both deities. What happened, Vegeta? Did Son Goku come to this universe? Damn it! I want to be able to beat that Kakarot worm. That miserable battle haunts me to this day. I can't believe I haven't been able to do anything. Mr. Vegeta, don't worry. I know that there's no logical explanation for everything that has happened, but when Mr. Goku changed his essence to absolute darkness, the plus of power that he was able to obtain was overwhelming. Vegeta, don't let the failures of the past cloud your future, as you must have a cool head by the time we face Goku. Exactly, Mr. Vegeta. Even though you were able to hear the news about the death of the god Kaitala, that means that Mr. Goku has the necessary power to finish with gods without any difficulty. Damn, I'm not able to understand how that miserable worm was able to acquire all that power. I'm a high-class warrior. I can't be surpassed by a low-class warrior, scum. Vegeta, remember that if a warrior does the required merits, he'll be able to become a powerful warrior, no matter the talent. What matters is the effort. Mr. Vegeta, in that case, we will return to training since apparently he's very upset and he must stay calm for when he faces Mr. Goku again. Meanwhile, in Universe 4, Frieza had been able to access his transformation, so the battle this time seemed much more even. But something unreal would begin to happen because on this occasion, Goku was the one who began to pressure Frieza with his great power. And although Frieza, this time using his maximum power, was not able to do anything against him, since Goku's power had surpassed him by dozens of times. So Goku, with a powerful blow, was able to send him crashing into one planet.
Damn, where'd you get so much power from? It was the same thing that happened in our first battle. You're about to be defeated and your power always grows back.
My power has no limits, as I told you. I just got a little stuck, but now I feel as my power rises in a great way.
Furious, Frieza would throw millions of energy rays again, which were able to leave Goku on the verge of death in his previous fight.
But this time, everything would happen completely different, because at the end of all the smoke that had caused all of Frieza's attacks, Goku could be seen with a few scratches all over his body. "I'll show you a little of my new power, as I'll use the same pressure which with you tried to bend me." Goku would release a little of his pressure, being able to get Frieza on his knees, without being able to do absolutely anything, so Goku, as if he were a giant, began to approach Frieza with a very serious look.
Damn, will I ever lose my life again to this miserable Saiyan again?
You were right, Frieza. We would be the best destruction team, but your power's not even on par with mine, so I'll have to end your miserable life once and for all. Frieza would try to move, but the pressure that fell on his entire body was even able to break one of his bones. Atomic Destroyer! Goku would throw a powerful fire dragon, which was able to destroy every one of Frieza's cells, reducing him to simple atoms. Hence the name of his technique. Goku would immediately return to the Ultra Instinct with a few wounds, but he would spit out a lot of blood, and at the moment of walking, hundreds of rays would come out of his entire body. Apparently the power I've used goes far beyond the resistance that my body possesses. I've been able to defeat Frieza in the indicated time. Goku would be out of combat. Returning to the Kingdom of the Whole, Daishinkan was very thoughtful not to receive any information from Son Goku.
This is really bad. Why am I not able to feel Son Goku's power? I'm the Supreme Angel. I'm the Great Priest. My ability to feel ki is my most special of all the angels.
Daishinkan would try to feel the power of Son Goku, being impossible because he was out of combat. His power wasn't able to be perceived at all. Daishinkan, have you been able to find Goku's whereabouts? We can't let it go on much longer. That can have big consequences on the future.
Great Zeno-sama, I know that may happen in the future, but the power of that damn monkey, I'm not able to perceive it anywhere. It seems as if the earth has swallowed him.
In that case, I'll have to send both my guardians, since they've never failed a mission. Even if you have to look in the same hell, you will.
My lord, are you sure of what you're going to do? You know better than anyone that every time the guardians are not at a safe distance from you, your mind goes out of control, destroying everything that's put in front of you.
Of course I know, Daishinkan, but I have the hope that they'll be able to find Goku, and being out of control, they'll be able to end that plague once and for all.
Understood, Great Zeno-sama. In that case, I'll inform each of the gods and angels to stay away.
Okay, Daishinkan, I'll give you 10 minutes to be able to inform them. Daishinkan would inform each of the gods, and a general message thanks to some runes, which were able to give message throughout the universe. All the gods, along with their angels and elite warriors, would leave at the same point, so as not to be caught off guard. It's time, Guardians. I want you to leave and find Son Goku. I want you to end his existence completely.
As you order, Great Zeno-sama.
Both Guardians would leave the kingdom at full speed, while Goku in Universe 4 was still out of combat. Both Guardians were heading towards Universe 4, since it was the place in which the god of that universe had lost his life. So both would arrive beginning to emanate a strange energy to be able to make resonance with all the beings of that universe. However, Goku, being in terrible condition, wasn't able to transmit the energy necessary for the Guardians to be able to perceive it.
Apparently, this cursed one ended the life of this god, and has left for another universe, since all the powers that are perceived are insignificant. That's right, brother. Since a warrior with enough power has taken down a god, he can't hide his essence completely.
Both Guardians would leave the place at maximum speed, starting to look for Son Goku, who of each of the universes. Meanwhile, Goku's wounds were very serious, so currently even a simple warrior was able to annihilate him. I can't believe my body has suffered all this damage. I have to do something. Goku would try to meditate, but it was impossible for him, as blood was spreading all over the place, leaving Goku more injured, so he would fall to the ground. Apparently I'll have to recover simply with time, since I can't do anything else to heal my wounds. But all over the place, a large portal had opened. Goku, trying to observe who it was, he was only able to see as someone was approaching, being knocked out of combat. Apparently the Saiyan will be my new killing machine, since the power and physical he possesses is amazing. He may even be something more. That goddess was saying this to herself while observing the muscular body of that Saiyan. The goddess would take Goku so he would enter the portal, disappearing both completely instantly. They arrived at a planet similar to the planet of the god Beerus. So that goddess was able to with a great ability, been able to help Son Goku's wounds be restored. However, the incredible increase in power was noticeable. While Nen was touching on his chest, but instantly Goku was able to react, trying to hit her, but Nen, with her simple ki, was able to create a big barrier all over her body, not allowing Goku's fist to connect with her. Goku, with a big jump, put himself on guard. Who are you? Where the hell am I? Honey, you have so many questions, but I think you should be more grateful to the goddess who saved your life. I'm not interested that you saved me. I could recover on my own, but I'm curious. Why did you save my life? Didn't you know that I ended up with every god? Of course, I know since I've been watching you for a long time, we both have the same goals, to end all being of divine energy. I get it, but I can't afford to have trash next to me, so I'll have to end your life. I can tell how you think you're the most powerful warrior. You're so wrong, Sky. Damn, don't underestimate me because I can end your life without you realizing. Goku would access the Ultra Instinct maximum power, but the power that was released his entire body this time was total bestially, since in that battle against the evil Emperor, apparently his entire body had a great growth. So even his body this time was able to withstand much more energy load, so Goku, furious at being underestimated in that way, would start throwing millions of punches. That's right, the attack speed had at least quadrupled, but for the powerful Nen, this was absolutely nothing, since as if it were a dance, he was able to dodge each Goku's attacks. With great elegance, and no matter that Son Goku possesses the Ultra Instinct, he was able to connect several lethal blows on his body, which had made him fall to the ground, creating a large crater all over the planet. Oh, apparently I've overdone it. With that blow, he won't be able to stand up anymore. But from the whole crater, a great celestial light could be observed as it grew in the sky, and at the moment, hundreds of catastrophes were created all over the place, since Goku was taking his body to the limit once again. Meanwhile, both Guardians would return to the Kingdom of the Whole.
My lord, we're sorry, but we're not able to find the whereabouts of Son Goku. This is strange, since even the Guardians possess the ability to sense ki much greater than mine. Where have you gone to, Son Goku?
I want you to be aware, because if you can't feel his ki, it's because he's up to something. I'm sure of that, so I want you to be prepared.
As you order, great Zeno-sama, and you promise that we will end Son Goku's life before he ends the life of another god of destruction.
Returning to the planet of Beerus, Vegeta was able to dominate the Ultra Ego of 100% of all his power, but despite possessing all that beastly power, he still didn't feel confident in being able to beat Goku in a pair battle, so he would ask for new training to Whis to be able to overcome each of his limits. Mr. Vegeta, the power you possess is amazing. You are almost on par with 100% of Mr. Beerus. If I give you another training right now, I can make your divine flow explode.
I don't care, Whis. I plan to take that risk, so I don't plan to let that Kakarot bug get over me. I'm the Prince of the Saiyans.
I agree with Vegeta, but Whis, I also want a training which even puts my existence at risk, since we also have to risk.
I'm sure Kakarot's insects training, because even though he looks like an airhead, his methodology was always to become stronger.
For part, I agree with you, Mr. Vegeta, because if Mr. Goku regained his Saiyan side, he would be much more tactical, so he will attack when he feels ready of his power.
In that case, Whis, we can't waste time. Train us, please.
Okay, it'll be as you wish, and I hope you will be prepared for this great training that I have. Whis, at the moment, from his staff, he was able to take out two gigantic mountains, which released a pressure that would force Beerus and Vegeta to use all their power, and despite releasing their maximum power, they weren't able to stay on their feet for so long, as they were dragged to the ground completely.
Whis, what the hell's that? I don't understand you were able to take two gigantic mountains out of your staff. Damn, I can't move. I feel like every one of my bones are turning into simple dust.
This will be also the new training place, so that they will be able to adopt much greater resistance, as well as all their reflexes, and be able to increase in an exponential way.
You're crazy, Whis. How do you want us to be able to move with that incredible pressure? I think even for you it's complicated.
Vegeta was able to stand up even though every one of his bones were breaking, and the internal damage was incredible.
This is a workout. I know Whis isn't planning to end our lives unlike Kakarot, so I have to be able to withstand this pressure.
Beerus was surprised by the determination that Vegeta possessed, so without being left behind, he tried to stand up. But for the god Beerus, despite being the most powerful, he was able to stand up for only 3 seconds, and instantly, he'd be dragged back to the ground unable to do anything.
Damn, I can't believe Vegeta's power is able to overcome me. Or is it determination to be the Prince of the Saiyans?
That's right, the power of Vegeta wasn't able to defeat the god Beerus. But the determination possessed by the Prince of the Saiyans was one that not even the god of his universe possessed. For that reason, despite each of his bones turning to dust, the Saiyan Prince was able to stand up again and again. Meanwhile, in the battle of Goku and Nen, we could observe as Nen, a slight blow, was able to send Goku flying to the part of the planet. But at the moment of Goku wanting to stand up on this occasion, large amounts of blood were coming out of his whole body.
Damn, this can't be happening to me. Who is this thing? Despite having an incredible beauty, her strokes are on another level. But I'm not gonna give up.
Goku was able to stand up again, which would leave Nen a little surprised, since the blows he had connected to him were blows of critical points of living beings. The stamina that this Saiyan possesses is amazing, because even though I have hit him in vital points, he keeps getting back on his feet again and again.
I won't let you defeat me, damn it!
Goku's power would explode all at once, throwing himself against Nen, but the powerful goddess liberates much more power than he thought to expel. With only one of his hands, he was able to stop the powerful blow that Son Goku had directed at him. So this is your limit, Saiyan? How interesting, but you still need a lot more power for you to be able to defeat me, so now, rest! Nen, with a blow on the back of the head, was very accurate and was able to knock him out of combat, so she would take him to one of the rooms of her palace so that he would be able to recover. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of the Whole, Daishinkan was very thoughtful, even thinking about multiple endings so you couldn't feel the power of Son Goku.
What if in the Battle of the God of the Universe 4, both of them died? Or maybe I was on the verge of death and a few days later he died.
Daishinkan, what is it that makes you so thoughtful? Is it that Saiyan still?
That's right, my lord. I can't stop thinking about Goku. I can't imagine that his power is so great that he wasn't able to feel it.
Don't say stupid things, Dai. So even if we're not able to feel a power, that warrior must belong to another dimension of much higher power.
That's right, my lord, but the growing of Lord Goku's power is inevitable.
I understand what you're saying, but it is impossible because if we are not able to feel his power, his simple pressure would be able to overshadow this entire multiverse.
I hope that in the best case, Son Goku's died, and he won't cause more havoc in these 12 universes.
I'm sure Son Goku's died with the intense battle he had with the God of Destruction of Universe 4, so there's nothing to worry about. On the other hand, on the planet of Beerus, both warriors were trained by the angel Whis, who were able to achieve an unparalleled power. That's right, on this occasion, Vegeta was able to defeat all the gods with his Ultra Ego, while he was able to face the power of the angels with his new transformation called Ultra Ego Phase 3, in which Vegeta's power grew exceptionally. However, the power of Beerus had also grown in an amazing way, since this time, even the powerful Beerus, he was able to achieve a new transformation with which he was able to defeat any angel, with the exception of Whis being the most powerful angel, only below the Great Priest. I'm very proud of the power they have achieved. I am sure that they are Goku, even though he is very powerful, he will not be able to face them with his new power.
Damn insect, I want to finish you with my own hands, since I'm not able to endure another humiliation more from you.
If you continue with the intention of ending all beings of divine energy, we'll have to end your pathetic existence, Son Goku.
But these warriors were not the only ones who were training, since in Universe 11, the most powerful mortal Jiren, as well as the second most powerful god Belmaud, would continue with their rigorous training. All these months since the death of the god of Universe 4 has been of complete tranquility, but I'm sure something bad's about to happen.
I agree with you, Jiren. This piece is strange, because even though everything is in order, I can feel like everything is about to be destroyed.
And the suspicions of the god Belmaud were not wrong, since in that dimension, Goku was able to wake up, but with several changes in his personality and power, since the goddess Nen had injected him a part of her blood and destructive power, so that he was able to have a greater adaptation to the energy loads. So all over the place, a gigantic power was capable of destroying everything, while Son Goku's screams could be heard all over the universe, since his own body was torn apart by such excess energy. The power of Goku would continue to increase in a great way,
But in all this great power would bring great consequences, since all his internal energy system began to be destroyed in the same way. So the goddess Nen, realizing such an event, would begin to leave the place.
That stupid guy hasn't been able to stand the power beyond a demon god. He better die for his pathetic weakness.
As Nen was leaving, he would hear Kakarot's voice.
Damn good for nothing. You better leave or end my life yourself right now, because I promise that if you survive, you'll be the first to die. Honey, your body is disintegrating with your own power. You haven't been able to assimilate the great gift I've given you, so you better die.
While Nen was leaving, something made her stop because all over the place, roars as if it were a beast made her stop. Instantly, she would notice, as the body of that Saiyan, despite having thousands of serious wounds, his body was beginning to transform. That's right, Kakarot had begun to have a transition between his Ozaru form and his Super Saiyan Rose form. But to Nen's surprise, the power that Goku released on this occasion was even able to cut off the same breath, because the pressure that his whole body was releasing was incredible.
I can't believe it! I have to run away! The power he's releasing is even bigger than my power! I won't be able to do anything!
Nen would try to flee quickly from the place, but at the moment, a gigantic claw was able to make her fall to the ground with multiple wounds all over her body. So at the moment, Nen would concentrate large amounts of energy on each of her wounds so that they would be able to get out at a great speed. But her terror would increase much more when she realized how that gigantic monkey was returning to normal size. However, the power that emanated was able to end Nen's life with a single blow.
No, damn! I have to run! That Saiyan won't forgive the humiliation I've put through. I'll have to get the hell out of here.
Nen, with his great power, would try to open a three-dimensional crack, but it was useless to him since the power that Kakarot released overshadowed all of Nen's power completely. So Nen would stare at Goku with great determination. He would increase his power to the maximum.
I have to end her life while she's transforming. It's my only way to survive.
Nen would expel all her power and begin to channel in a single one of his hands. The power he released was gigantic, since even part of the planet was destroyed with the simple release of that attack.
I hope you're able to withstand this attack that is done with 100% of all my power. Not even a priest would be able to withstand it.
The powerful attack was coming towards Kakarot, but to Nen's surprise, Kakarot, with only one of his hands, was beginning to repel such an attack, until he was able to make it so small, but the effort he was making was incredible, since Kakarot was still in transition. However, he had been able to withstand all the power that Nen had directed at him. After a few minutes, a big explosion would be created all over that place. That's right, the power that Kakarot had been to destroy would have caused that big explosion.
Doesn't matter that you're able to destroy my attack, since one way or another, the attack had to explode, and it did so a few millimeters away from you. That means that you are more than dead.
But among all the chaos that had been formed, a silhouette would begin to form. That's right, Kakarot's entire body was engulfed in flames, while Kakarot, with a cold gaze, would approach towards Nen. His appearance had also changed completely, because this time, he had a pink fur while his gaze would make even the most experienced warrior run, because the simple pressure and aura of Kakarot were able to form the silhouette of death.
You've tried to kill me with that power. He even was no longer useful to you. You tried to end my life, so this very instant, I'll end your pathetic life.
Kakarot would get much closer to Nen, but with a big flash and without caring that she was a woman, he would connect a powerful blow to Nen's stomach, which on this occasion would make her bleed too much. Nen would fall to the ground, while Kakarot would put a leg over her head.
Who's the weak one this time? You are really considered a super goddess. Don't make me laugh. Your power's pathetic. You don't compare yourself to even an ant. You're useless.
Nen, with his great power, would try to stand up, succeeding, but at the moment of throwing a blow, Kakarot, with his great speed, would fall on Nen's entire body, which again would make her fall to the ground, but this time with much more power.
You're good for nothing, but I'll give you an advantage. I'll fight only with my right arm, and if you're able to make me bleed, I'll forgive your miserable life.
Kakarot would stop releasing all that great pressure, so Nen, furious and with her pride shattered, would receive the pallium of her life, because while Nen tried to hit, Kakarot was able to connect hundreds of blows, so Nen wasn't able to do anything against him.
Hell,
Giving a little of my power to this damn mortal has been a terrible idea. If I have to end this wretch's life or run away, but it'll be very complicated for me.
Nen would pounce again against Kakarot, but the result was still the same. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Daishinkan had organized a meeting because Son Goku deserved it. Angels and gods, I'll be clear from the beginning. This meeting is for each of you to train, since one of the 12 gods had already fallen into the hands of Son Goku, but in all this time there has been no information about Son Goku.
But father, there's no possibility that Mr. Goku died in the Battle of the God of Universe 4, since ending the life of a god is not simple.
Excellent point of view, Whis. And of course there's no small possibility, but we have not been able to find Son Goku's body, nor his soul in the other world. If that means the God of Universe 4 used the destructive energy, or Son Goku's still alive. Indeed. Even the Guardians of the mighty Zeno-sama have not been able to find out his whereabouts. For that reason, I have to keep them up their guard.
All the gods would make a bow, quickly leaving to each of their universes. For their part, the deities of Universe 11 and 7 had gathered on the planets of Beerus, as well as their most powerful fighters.
Belmont, one way or another, we'll have to finish that wretch, since I'm almost sure that miserable Saiyan hasn't died. But Beerus, why are you so sure? You're better than anyone to know that defeating a god isn't an easy thing, and if he's been able to defeat him, he'll have to be willing to die. With the respect you deserve, God Belmont, Kakarot's still alive, and I assure you, because Kakarot never gives up, and if they were not able to find his soul in the other world with 100%, I could say he's still alive.
In that case, he's alive. This time, I'm planning to end that miserable mortal's life.
I can't believe I lost him in the Tournament of Power, and now I want to destroy all the 12 universes.
But in that case, we must have a plan, and above all, not to trust ourselves, since I know better than anyone that Son Goku is an expert on the battlefield. But while everyone was talking, the 12 universes began to see each other in absolute chaos. While hundreds of rays and lightning could be observed all over the place, and instantly a pressure that had been able to bend each of the guardian angels became present, that pressure even made Daishinkan move much slower.
Whose big pressure is this? I'm surprised that there's a being able to limit my speed, but I don't think it's Son Goku.
In Universe 7, a dark, large energy portal would form, but a moment later it would explode completely, and a Kakarot with a few wounds could be observed while possessing the heart of the goddess Nen in one of his hands. I have to show you that to Daishinkan. What'll be his reaction when he realizes that I've been able to take down a goddess that even he respected? But Kakarot, before going to the Kingdom of the Whole, he would realize that the power of the deities of Universe 7 and 11 was very close. So as if it were a flash, he would arrive in front of them, who was not able to raise their head, since the pressure would increase much more. But Kakarot, at the moment of arriving, would give a big laugh, and his great pressure would decrease. How pathetic! They're not able to move with that simple praising. How will they be able to beat me? This is gonna be a lot of fun. Kakarot would leave for the realm of the All, while the great pressure would disappear from the 12 universes as Kakarot would begin to focus 100% of all his pressure on the higher level deities. It's time to give this gift to Daishinkan for the first time. I want to exchange a few blows with him, so I'm not going to trust. Meanwhile, the deities of all the 12 universes were surprised, since even they, who were considered the most powerful beings below the Zeno-sama and Daishinkan, were completely subdued. Kakarot, at the moment of arriving, would crush Nen's heart, causing too much blood to spread through the realm of the whole. This is the heart of the powerful goddess Nen. Although as powerful as she possessed absolutely nothing, since with one hand I was able to end her life. Daishinkan was surprised, but before being able to react, Kakarot had given a powerful blow to Daishinkan's jaw. But the blow contained an overwhelming power, which was able to send Daishinkan flying to a planet, completely destroying it. Daishinkan, without wasting time, would release 100% of all his power, with which he'd been able to exchange hundreds of blows against Kakarot. But incredible as it may seem, Kakarot was beginning to bend Daishinkan with each of his punches. So the instant Zeno-sama would leave the palace, realizing that great battle, both Guardians had also joined the fight. So the trio of warriors began to have an advantage against Kakarot, but with a powerful roar, Kakarot was able to push back the three warriors. This is funny! Finally a battle that'll increase my ego completely, but they're in luck, because today I don't plan to end their lives.
Don't say stupid things or think that they'll run away again, because we know that if you run away, you'll become much more powerful.
In that case, I'll knock all 3 of you out and leave, because if I end your lives right now, I won't have anyone to have fun with.
That's right, Kakarot's new personality was much more confident. So Kakarot, without difficulty this time, began to measure himself with the trio of warriors. But Zeno-sama was surprised by the style of battle that his friend was able to possess.
This can't be. The style of battle he's carrying out, it's a Psychaden style. A style that only the omnipresent gods have been able to adapt to his own body.
Kakarot, with a few more blows, was able to knock out each warrior out of combat, making them fall to the ground with incredible power, destroying everything in their path.
You're king of all? I hope you're prepared, because the next time I visit this planet, it'll be to wipe out all of you.
Kakarot would leave, while in Universe 7, a furious Vegeta would stand up, but would release all his power as he had been humiliated once again by his greatest rival. The Vegeta power would rise in an incredible way, so much that it would leave everyone present surprised by the brutal increase in power of the Prince of the Saiyans. So Beerus would move at a great speed with the intention of putting him out of combat. However, on this occasion, Beerus was not able to put him out of combat because he would shoot out all over space, falling to a planet, forming a great chaos, he even being dragged by a few.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Beerus, but I can't control myself. I went in that damn worm's life with my own hands.
But the Prince of the Saiyans would be taken out of his thoughts by the voice of Gohan. That's right, the voice of Son Goku's eldest son.
Mr. Vegeta, I understand that you want to end my father's life, but currently, it's impossible for us.
Vegeta, blinded by anger, would pounce against Gohan, but Gohan, without wasting time, would accede to his beast state, leaving surprised everyone present. For all the power he was capable of emanating, Vegeta would be surprised by a powerful blow which had sent him flying. So Gohan, without wasting time, would begin to exchange thousands of blows with the Prince of the Saiyans. The level of the battle was of apocalyptic levels, because they moved through most of the 12 universes, while So in a place even further away from the 12 universes, so he would not take the battle into account, because from his perspective they were simple worms. Goku would start meditating because he felt like all his internal power was accumulated in a single point.
Damn, I need to expel all this power, but I feel like my body wants to explode, but I know I'm able to withstand it.
Goku would begin to raise all his power in an incredible way, but despite raising his power, he had returned to his base state. However, the power he released was much greater, so after a few minutes, he had accessed the Super Saiyan Blue, but his power would not remain there, because he would squeeze his hands, being able to expel all the accumulated power. So his hair would turn a white color, as well as several red marks would appear on his forehead. But from a big explosion, it was possible to observe this Goku in his new transformation.
Wow, this power is amazing! Nothing, and no one will be able to end my existence. I'll be the new king of everything, the new ruler of everything existing.
Goku would begin to train his new power because the energy depletion was evident. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of the Whole, Zeno-sama would approach Daishinkan and his guardians, starting to heal each of their wounds, making energy flow in their bodies.
I can't believe that Goku's power was able to finish off 3 beings of an atomic power scale, like my guardians and Daishinkan are.
The first to wake up would be Daishinkan, who would open his eyes quickly.
What has happened? Where am I? Were we not fighting Mr. Goku?
I understand your concerns, Daishinkan, and you're right. They're struggling, but we have to come up with a plan before he comes back, because next time he won't have the same luck.
But my lord, how will we be able to do anything against him? The power that Mr. Goku possesses is of another level. We're some ants next to him.
I know, but we'll have to beat him with his help.
Zeno-sama would point to Goku's friends, especially Gohan and Vegeta, who were fighting in an incredible way. But as surprising as it may seem, Gohan would start to take the advantage against the Prince of the Saiyans. So Gohan's punches would start to do much more damage, unlike Vegeta's punches. Apparently, Gohan's power has increased in an incredible way, so much so that he is able to defeat Mr. Vegeta.
Hey, Whis, don't say stupid things, that's impossible. Gohan hasn't had the training of an angel.
But everyone present was amazed when Gohan would channel a great power in his right hand, but instantly he would make it float in his entire fist, being able to grant a blow which would make him fall to the ground out of combat. Gohan, your power has grown in an incredible way. May I know what kind of training you've followed, since it's impossible for a mortal to reach those levels without the guidance of being a divine energy?
It's amazing as it may seem, I have been able to get this power on my own, but I plan to end my father's life since there's no other solution.
That's what all of us have tried, but Son Goku's power is amazing. I doubt even with that great power he'll be able to do anything against him.
But he's not alone, Beerus. The more warriors want to join us, we will have much more chances to defeat that monster. But instantly, a portal would be created from which all the beings of the realm would arrive on the battlefield.
We have observed everything that has happened, and let me tell you that we have one last alternative, but we need your support, as we will use a heavenly technique.
Daishiken-sama, I know what my father's like, and I'm sure he'll be willing to give his life, and on this occasion, may you end his life if he is causing suffering.
This technique is known as celestial expulsion. We need the blood of his firstborn as well as the blood of the 12 gods and angels, so Goku will be able to lose his power for a time of 1 minute, in which we'll be able to end his life. All of us will do whatever it takes to protect the 12 universes, so count on us equally. As I, the God of the Universe 11, I pledge to use all my military power, so that all warriors collaborate.
I, as Son Goku's firstborn, I give my blood so that we'll be able to end my father's life.
Daishiken together with Zeno-sama would make everyone present recover the maximum of their energies. So instantly they would start with the Great Ritual, to which each god and angel attended after about 3 hours. The celestial expulsion was done. On this occasion, Gohan, with an energy sword, had been able to pierce Son Goku's skin a little, so that at that technique he'd be able to enter his energy system.
And it's this time. Today will make our lives worthwhile or we will die trying.
All over the place, a large portal would be formed, so Goku had appeared, but the appearance he had achieved this time was surprising, since Zeno-sama and Daishiken would recognize the Omni signs that Goku possessed on his forehead.
Apparently everyone's gathered in one place for me to finish with you.
But for the place, Broly's power would be released all at once. While Broly released all his power, he would remember the last training they had had. So Broly would expel the power that his body supported, even taking it to the limit. Broly would pounce against Goku, and behind him all the other warriors and gods had pounced against him. While Gohan was looking for the perfect opportunity to execute the technique, all the warriors against Goku seemed to have a great advantage. But it was quite the opposite, since the blows of the gods, angels, and even Daishiken were not able to do anything against him. Unlike the blows of Goku, they were able to leave warriors out of combat. All over the place, a great light would be observed. That's right, Zeno-sama had accessed his combat form, so the power that was emanating was complete madness. Zeno-sama would still join the battle, but the result would remain the same. Goku would remember immediately to execute his iconic technique, the blow of the dragon. But on this occasion, it was a gray-colored dragon, and at the moment, he would release hundreds of rays, finishing with most of those present. So Goku would begin to head towards the King of All, who had entered a state of panic and anger, so with all his power, he had launched himself against him. Thousands of blows would be observed all over the place, however. Goku's power had not diminished in the slightest. However, Gohan would realize that his father's defense was completely null. So at the moment, Gohan, at a great speed, was able to nail a few millimeters sword of energy being enough. But Goku had felt absolutely nothing.
Can you explain to me what you've done? I felt absolutely nothing.
Goku would throw himself against Gohan, so father and son began to exchange thousands of blows. But if even beings like the King at all were not able to do anything against him, much less Gohan, however, at a decisive moment of the battle, Goku's power would fall to incredible levels, and he would likewise regain consciousness.
What happened?
Vegeta at a great speed would hold him tightly, and with a mental slingshot, he would indicate everything that he had caused in the 12 universes since his battle with Broly.
Vegeta, you're the right warrior to end my life, so do it.
Goku's power would begin to rise again, but at the same time it would decrease, so Goku would take control.
Friends and loved ones, I ask for an apology. I don't know what happened, but I don't think I've been in control for so long, so finish me quick.
Vegeta would hold Goku tightly, so he would communicate with Daishinkan telepathically. As the Prince of the Saiyan races to take care of this problem, I plan to use an explosion with all my power, but I want you to throw destructive energies at us at the same time. That way, we won't have the option to resurrect. But Mr. Vegeta, that means that even you will die. We must look for another solution. To die with my greatest rival and to be the savior of the 12 universes is the greatest honor for a warrior like me.
Vegeta, do it! I can't control myself anymore!
Get ready, Kakarot. Now we'll die together. Vegeta, with his power to the maximum, would create a big explosion all over the place. The evil part of Goku would try to use his power to be able to withstand the explosion, but it was impossible for him since the explosion of Vegeta on this occasion was accumulated the energy of each god and angel. So Goku, without having any defense, would begin to be eliminated in its entirety. So all the gods and angels in the same way would throw thousands of energy spheres all over the place, leaving no trace of the most powerful rivals of the 12 universes. This is finally over. We've lost several warriors, but Lord Vegeta has completely sacrificed himself. He's the most honorable warrior I've ever known. But from the Super Dragon Balls, the mighty Dragon God Zama was manifested. And from a great flash, its creator could be observed, the mighty creator Zama.
I have been able to realize everything that happened, and the warriors who have given their lives today should not die, so I will give them one more chance.
Zama, with his great omnipotent and omnipresent power, was able to bring to life every warrior, including Goku and Vegeta. I appreciate the powerful gesture, God Zama, but we must end the life of that Saiyan again, because of him, all this happened.
Don't worry, I've taken care of ending all the negative essence that was sleeping inside. From today, his heart is pure again as it has always been.
I really appreciate it. It's given a new opportunity to my father.
They have earned it in thousands of years. I have not observed how divine mortal beings unite for the salvation of their multiverse.
The mighty Zama has restored each planet and universe while all the other warriors were out of combat. After a few days, we could observe all the warriors in their respective universes, just as Goku had apologized to each of the warriors.
Everything's back to normal thanks to the mighty god Zama.
That's right, my lord. Even on this occasion, Mr. Goku and Vegeta are the Megaversal Protectors, as their powers currently even surpass us. That's right, Goku and Vegeta were able to master the state of the god Omni in its maximum splendor, being able to defeat beings that even threaten the existence of a king at all.
Vegeta, I appreciate that you were able to stop me.
Don't worry, but I was planning to die with you. Both warriors continued to keep an eye on each of the 12 universes, while Goku's heart had returned to normal, being cleansed of evil. "70 million years ago, there was an unimaginable void without any life, when suddenly emerged a being which didn't know it was himself where he was. What's going on? What am I? I can't see anything. What is this immense void?" What he didn't know was, until that moment, was that he was an omnipotent being who was going to create everything known as the universe. He would even create a whole multiverse full of different types of life in order to find at some point an individual who could match or surpass the strength of his son called Zeno-sama. In Zeno-sama's palace, 30 million years after the birth of Zeno-sama's father, he introduces himself to his son. "Zeno-sama, my son. You've grown strong and apparently you've become very powerful over the centuries."
Father, I've always felt that my existence has no purpose. I often get bored. Why did you bring me to life to be bored?
70 million years ago, there was a void from which I was created. As I grew, I developed powers and immeasurable strength. As a result of that, a need was born in me to find a being who could match or surpass your strength, to even equal my own greatness. That's why I created planets, galaxies, universes, and living beings of various species.
All this was created just so that I could exist?
Yes, my son. Every star, every life form, everything has a purpose. To prepare you to be the supreme god of all that I've created. You're the main reason for all my creation.
It's a heavy burden, Father. Why me?
Because in you, I see the true potential to rule in this vast cosmos. You are the hope to maintain harmony among the creations that have sprung from my being. You are the missing piece in this cosmic chest.
Father, all this that you tell me is an enormous responsibility. I don't know if I'm ready to be able to do it. What if I fail?
There is no failure, son. Your very existence is success. Every moment in your life has molded you into the supreme being that you are. I trust you will fulfill your destiny.
What about you, Father? What role do you play in all this?
My role is to guide you from the shadows, to watch you fulfill your purpose. Finding balance in the universe is a task that requires your leadership. I'll be here, in the darkness, watching you carry out the mission I have given you.
I understand, Father. Leave everything in my hands.
Thus passed centuries, millennia, in which Zeno-sama was guided by his father to govern the immense multiverse he had created for him, but now convinced of the purpose he had in his life. In the present time, 30 million years after the conversation that Zeno-sama and his father had, in one of the universes created by Father Zeno, on a planet called Earth, Kakarot and Vegeta were training together with Whis and Beerus after having faced very powerful beings. While they were training, the Earth was illuminated by flashes of energy. As Kakarot and Vegeta embark on intense training, Whis and Beerus watch from a distance, assessing the Saiyans' every move as they prepare to rise in their skills.
Hey, Vegeta! Remember when we first faced Frieza? That guy was incredibly strong.
Yes, Kakarot. It was our first encounter with an enemy of another level, but we cannot forget the cell bug, that creature with cells from all of us. He put us in big trouble with his martial arts tournament. Luckily, your son became strong. Both Saiyans exchanged energy blasts. Each hit and dodge was an echo of their long history of battles.
Ah, yes! The first time you showed the teleportation technique. That was amazing! Thanks to Gohan, we were able to defeat him.
But then came Majin Buu. That battle was unforgettable. We had to merge to have a chance.
The fusion was great, but we also learned about redemption and kindness at that time. Buu became good because of you.
As they continue their training, the energy of both Saiyans light up the space. Whis and Beerus watch with interest. Yes, but don't forget about Beerus. That god of destruction who almost wiped out the Earth with a single sneeze. Although in the end, he turned out to be more of a joker than we thought.
Yes, I remember when I tried to fight him in my Super Saiyan 3 form. I wasn't at his level, but at least I gave him a fight in my Super Saiyan God form, and that was possible thanks to all of you.
That's right, and now we're here, training with Whis and Beerus. We cannot let our guard down, Kakarot. There'll always be bigger challenges.
Exactly! Every fight makes us stronger. Let's keep training and bettering ourselves.
Of course. We're always one step closer to being the strongest warriors in the universe. The training continues as Kakarot and Vegeta, under the tutelage of Whis and Beerus, strive to reach new levels of power in order to defend the Earth from new and more powerful enemies that may appear with the desire to destroy the planet that welcomed them. While Kakarot and Vegeta were training to overcome their limits, Whis and Beerus encouraged them to keep improving.
Very good, Saiyans. Keep it up.
Yes, they're very strong, but I don't know if that'll be enough to keep my interest. Suddenly, they feel a dark presence and the whole environment begins to become dark, and a dark, powerful presence fills the place.
What's going on, Mr. Whis? Something's not right. I feel an extremely powerful and dark presence.
That feeling sounds familiar. Who could it be? The darkness intensifies, and suddenly an opposing figure appears in front of them like a shadowy nebula. Inhabitants of the multiverse, have you missed me? Hello, dear inhabitants of the multiverse. I've come to observe progress of my creations.
Who is this guy?
I don't know, Kakarot, but his presence is overwhelming.
No way.
What? The figure lingers in a shadowy haze, with the speaker being the father of Zeno-sama, the omnipotent being who created the multiverse. This one appears in all multiverse, where all the warriors were training for future problems. This guy is the father of Zeno-sama, the creator of everything we know of universes beyond our imagination. I didn't think we'd ever see him.
Sir, your arrival is unexpected. Forgive the insolence, but to what do we owe you presents?
The inclination of Whis and all the angels of different universes is because they have knowledge of who was the father of Zeno-sama. For that reason, they have a great fear and respect for him.
I see you've been busy, warriors. You have faced great obstacles throughout your insignificant lives, but this time has come. Are you strong enough?
We're always up for a good challenge.
Shut up, Kakarot. Don't you feel how powerful he is? How can you say that? Haven't you noticed something missing in the multiverse?
At that moment, Zeno-sama's father set out to tell them the reason for the ambiguous question. Moments before Zeno's father appeared before the whole multiverse, he was very angry because when he woke up from the dream of millions of years, he was surprised that many things had happened that went against the main reason why he created the whole universe. Because of this, he appears before his son Zeno-sama. In the center of the realm of everything, the overwhelming presence of Zeno-sama's father eclipses space. His voice booms like thunder as he directs his fury towards his son Zeno-sama. The latter, visibly nervous, tries to defend himself as the tension between the two intensifies.
Zeno-sama, you failed in your duty as Supreme God. All the warriors of the multiverse have overstepped their bounds and now dare to call themselves gods. Gods? This is unacceptable!
Father, I understand that this is all being misunderstood, but...
There's no excuses, Zeno-sama. Your lack of authority has allowed inferior beings to rise above us. How dare you let them usurp the title of gods?
I'm sorry, Father. I did not intend for things to come to this point.
The anger in Father Zeno's voice increases. His tone becomes more defiant and contemptuous.
Your intention? Your weakness has sullied the name of our divinity. The only god here is me, and no one else should dare to call himself that. No one!
Father, I understand that I'm in your debt, but we can find another way to restore order.
Father Zeno's response is an explosion of contempt and fury.
You do not deserve the title of god at all. Your weakness has tainted my creation. Because of your incompetence, I must restore the balance, even if it means getting rid of you.
What? Father, please don't do it! There's so much I can still learn and improve! I can fix all of this!
Zeno-sama's imploration is lost in Father Zeno's cold determination.
It is already too late, Zeno. Weakness must be eradicated from existence for true power to prevail.
In an instant, Zeno-sama's father unleashes a blast of devastating energy that engulfs Zeno-sama and begins to tear him to shreds as he screams in pain.
No, Father, please! Ah!
Order has been restored. No one else will dare to challenge my supremacy. I will now take it upon myself to re-establish balance through my creation.
In the present day, in front of the terrified warriors, due to what Zeno-sama's father had informed them what had happened to his son Zeno-sama, a being they all adored and feared.
You insignificant beings now understand. Because of this, I will destroy all the timelines and universes that exist. I am a divine being, omnipotent, and I can do it. But I will give you a chance to fight for your lives. So I'll organize a tournament in which the strongest warriors of the entire multiverse will participate so that the power will prevail.
Earth 2024.
What?
This can't be true.
Do you think we can face something like that, Mr. Piccolo?
Oh? We'll have to train a lot physically and, above all, mentally.
The idea of a tournament piques his interest, seeing the opportunity to test his own power and perhaps become even stronger. Thraxis Nocturne. Planet sunk in the shadows.
A tournament, eh? Well, I'll show that true power is not limited to divine beings.
I won't let them destroy our future. I will fight in that tournament and protect my own.
A tournament with the strongest warriors, huh? It'll be my chance to show that the Saiyans are not insignificant beings. We will see who is truly divine in this tournament. My empire will prevail.
A competition between the strongest. Interesting. I was showed that the Metacoolers are superior in all universes.
Nigerian, a world with perpetually cloudy skies where storms of dark energy lash the surface.
Father, this tournament will be the perfect occasion to show you that my power surpasses yours. Perfect. I'll show my true power and wreak havoc in every corner of the multiverse. Destruction in a tournament. What a magnificent combination. I will be the ultimate warrior and subdue all under my rule. Let's fight. This tournament will be my stage to demonstrate the power I've obtained.
Dracoria, homeworld of the humanoid dragon warriors and the descendants.
The threat of destruction is overwhelming. My fire may not be enough to face its dark omnipotence.
A shadow that threatens to destroy everything. My ability to manipulate the darkness may not be enough. Even with my swordsmanship, facing an omnipotent divine being will be an unparalleled challenge. This divine being has the power to destroy everything I love. My fire will be my defense.
A divine threat. My control over thunderstorms will be enough. This will be a challenge like never before.
After seeing the various emotions and thoughts of the main participants of the tournament, Zeno-sama's father begins to explain the rules of this supposed tournament.
Minimal beings. The rules are simple. The tournament will be to the death. It'll be held in a timeless space where the laws of time and physics are temporarily suspended. The only way to eliminate an opponent is to make his heart stop. It is by killing him. There's no other way. In this tournament, it is either you or your rival. There's no limits on the use of skills. You must unleash your full potential without restriction, so as not to be destroyed in the process. I'll be the one who will watch over the whole process. The participant who wins will have the joy of facing me, putting his life and the life of his universe at stake. But I'm a PS deity, and I will bring him the opportunity to have a divine power similar to mine for a determined time. If he does not take the advantage of it, he will have to accept the consequences.
In spite of the uncertainty that the warriors have in front of what the father of Zeno-sama has said, some are excited and others are worried.
Wow, this sounds exciting! A tournament with fighters from all universes. It's gonna be great!
Why should we trust this tournament to be fair? By killing them?
So I can fight to the best of my ability. But killing beings that are just fighting for their lives is not nice.
I hope everything I've said has been clear to everyone. The only rule is that you have to kill your opponent so that they don't kill you. I want to make that clear. You will have to kill your opponent. The way we will check if you're worthy of calling yourselves gods.
Father Zeno disappears and everything returns to normal. You can see Kakarot's excited about the new enemy that is seen. It is very powerful. Vegeta, scared and worried about his family, angry with Kakarot.
Wow, that guy's incredibly strong. I'm excited to fight him in the next tournament.
Excited? Do you realize what's at stake, Kakarot? The enemy is dangerous, and we can't just underestimate him.
But Vegeta, that guy has awesome power. It's gonna be the best fight of our lives.
This is not a game, Kakarot. Do you realize that we're putting our families and the entire universe at risk?
I know it's serious, Vegeta, but it's also a chance to get better. Besides, Zeno-sama's father is excited about this.
I can't believe you're so carefree. My family's in danger and you're excited about a fight.
I'm not saying I'm not serious, Vegeta, but when an opportunity presents itself to measure our power, I can't resist.
You always think about the fight, don't you? Sometimes I wish you had a little more responsibility.
Vegeta, I understand that you're worried about Bulma and Trunks, but trust that we can protect them.
I don't like the idea of someone else deciding about our lives.
I understand, Vegeta, but do you really think we can ignore this opportunity?
I'm not going to lose my family over a fight, but I also know that I can't stop you from getting excited about the battle.
At that moment, the tension between Kakarot and Vegeta is palpable as they prepare to face the new enemy. While Kakarot is filled with excitement for the fight, Vegeta faces the situation with a mixture of fear and determination. Thus, the training of the entire multiverse for the survival of their species began. From the moment on, the most powerful warriors of all the universes began to train with greater intensity in order to save their universes and timelines. After having communicated with the entire multiverse from the realm of everything, the father of Zeno-sama would observe everything from a crystal screen, that the warriors were getting stronger and stronger. He sent his shadow warriors to slow down the process of them.
But what is this feeling that stirs my supreme being? A mixture of fascination and disdain. It's inevitable that mortals yearn for more. that they aspire to surpass their boundaries. Yet some of these warriors are reaching levels I cannot allow. Their power threatens the balance I've established. It's enough that they're mere participants in my tournament. They must be contained. They must be eliminated before their ascensions endanger the stability of my creation. My shadow warriors, creatures of the shadow and executioners of my will travel throughout all the universes. They'll be my instruments to stop these reckless advances. I will not allow the power of these warriors to grow beyond the limits set by my divinity.
Father Zeno, we're here to receive your orders.
Shadow creatures, my loyal enforcers, the time has come. The universes pulsate with an energy that threatens to destabilize the order I've established. Mortal warriors, in their relentless pursuit of power, are rising to dangerous heights. Their progress must be halted.
Your orders are our will. How do you wish us to proceed?
Each of you will disperse among the universes. Your mission is to find those warriors who dare to exceed the limits imposed. There's no room for compassion. The threat must be eradicated. Annihilate them without mercy.
We will, Father Zeno. No warrior will be strong enough to defy your will.
The shadow creatures set off to every universe and timeline to destroy every warrior who would participate. Along the way, they encountered weak warriors who they destroyed with these strong and very powerful ones. It was dusk when suddenly the Earth's atmosphere trembled with an unnatural darkness. In the blink of an eye, shadow creatures emerged from the interdimensional shadows, ethereal and menacing beings that would challenge even the strength of the mightiest warriors. Kakarot and Vegeta, training on the vast battlefield of Earth, sensed the arrival of an ominous presence. Shadow creatures, their ethereal forms and eyes burning with the intensity of darkness, materialized before them.
What are you? We are servants of Father Zeno. Your progress has been noted and must be halted. The will of Father Zeno is the supreme law. The warriors have exceeded the allowable limits and will now be destroyed.
The shadow creatures moved with an agility that defied logic, leaving behind them trails of darkness. Kakarot and Vegeta prepared for the confrontation, their energies flashing in response to the threatening presence.
Well, it looks like we have new opponents. This should be interesting.
No matter who sends them, we'll not allow them to stop our progress.
The shadow creatures, speechless, rushed towards Kakarot and Vegeta with flashing speed. The battle ahead would not only be a test of strength, but a struggle between light and darkness, between the determination of the warriors and the will of the father of Zeno-sama. The battle rages and the environment, plants, stones, and sky are witness to the incredible demonstration of power. Kakarot and Vegeta, deploying a great amount of ki, are in the center ready to face the two mysterious shadow warriors that attack them. Shadow Creature 1 moves at breakneck speed, leaving only flashes of darkness in its wake. Its form is ethereal, almost impossible to follow with the eye. It attacks with incredible precision, throwing punches and kicks that defy the perception of time. Shadow Creature 2 stands out for its devastating power. Its every strike sends out waves of dark energy that distort the surrounding space. Its presence emanates an ominous aura that shakes even the particles of space. The fight begins with Kakarot and Vegeta charging forward, but the shadow creatures respond with astonishing agility, dodging every blow and counterattacking with almost invisible movements. Faced with the speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta are forced to raise their power to Super Saiyan level.
Vegeta, these guys are incredibly fast. I can't even keep up with their moves.
Looks like our usual speed isn't enough. We'll have to raise our power to the maximum.
Both Saiyans concentrate, their golden auras bursting as they transform into Super Saiyan. Their golden hair lights up the space as they launch into a fierce offensive. But the Shadow Warriors remain equally agile, gracefully dodging the attacks. The intensity of the power illuminates the space.
Now, Vegeta, let's go all out.
Let's go, Kakarot.
The Saiyans rush towards these Shadow Warriors with a fierce offensive. However, the Shadow creatures dodge their attacks with surprising grace, moving through the energy blast with ease.
Is that the best you can do, Saiyans?
Their speed is admirable, but they're still not up to par. Damn it! It can't go on like this, Kakarot. We need something else.
You're right, Vegeta. Let's take this to the next level.
Faced with persistent speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta rise their power even higher, transforming into Super Saiyan Blue. Their blue auras flash with intensity and the pressure of their power shakes the surrounding space. However, the Shadow Warriors are not daunted. The battle reaches its peak. as the four warriors are engulfed in a frenzy of energy. Kakarot launches his attack called Kamehameha, and Vegeta launches his final flash attack, but the Shadow Warriors respond with counterattacks that defy the laws of physics. Then the clash of these powerful attacks causes an immense explosion. At the precise moment that both Saiyan warriors, the shadow creatures, collided their attacks, the explosion resulting from the collision of the attacks left a crater on the battlefield, while a dense smoke obscured the view. Amidst the haze, Goku with a serious but confident expression, and Vegeta, also with a confident expression of having destroyed the shadow creatures with his attacks, stood on guard, ready to face whatever emerged from this smoke. Suddenly, as soon as the smoke dissipated from the battlefield, the shadowy creatures emerged unharmed, floating in the air with an even more intense presence. Their forms twisted, revealing an even darker and more powerful transformation. Now with eyes glowing with a more intense light, the shadow creatures uttered a great malevolent laugh and moved towards Goku and Vegeta with renowned ferocity. The sky was covered with dark clouds and lightning intermittently illuminated the scene. The creatures, once scattered, began to converge into a chaotic mass. Their bodies intertwined and merged, creating a monstrous entity that emanated a dark and malevolent aura. The fusion of the creatures was completed with a loud roar, and before Goku and Vegeta emerged, a nightmarish creature. The fused creature had a grotesque figure, with twisted limbs and glowing eyes filled with evil. Its body was enveloped in a halo of dark energy, which distorted the space around it. The ground shook with every step he took, and the waves of evil energy generated chaos on the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta exchanged determined glances. They knew they faced an unprecedented threat. The fusion of the creatures had given rise to a being of incredible power and speed. Goku frowned, clenching his fists, while Vegeta gave a cocky grin.
Kakarot, looks like things have become interesting. I didn't expect to have to face something like this.
Yes, Vegeta, this creature's no joke. We're gonna have to give it our all.
Both warriors raised their ki to the maximum, surrounding themselves with an intense golden and blue aura. Their hair stood on end and the earth trembled under the pressure of their combined power. The fused creature responded with a guttural laugh and advanced towards them with great strides.
Come on, Vegeta, let's attack together and put an end to this!
For once, Kakarot, I agree.
The battle reached its climax as Goku and Vegeta, enveloped in their golden and blue auras, launched themselves towards the fused creature. Every punch and burst of energy echoed through the air, creating a spectacle of flashes and booms. The creature, however, was not easy to defeat. Its agility and strength were astounding, dodging the Saiyan's attacks with ease.
Vegeta, we need to find an opening in its defense! Focus!
I know, Kakarot, but this thing's fast!
The fused creature responded with a ripping attack, sending the Saiyans flying across the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta, however, quickly recovered and stood up with renewed determination.
We can't underestimate this thing! Come on, Vegeta! Let's attack together!
Alright, Kakarot, together we'll defeat it!
Goku nodded and they concentrated their energies into an amazing combined attack. A brilliant flash of light and blue light materialized in their hands, growing with each second. The fused creature, seeing the imminent threat, tried to counterattack, but it was too late.
Kamehameha! Final flash!
The powerful beam of combined energy shot towards the fused creature, illuminating the dark battle with its radiance. However, just when impact seemed inevitable, the creature, in the last act of desperation, deployed a dark shield that managed to resist the Saiyan's assault. The result explosion sent Goku and Vegeta flying backwards, returning them to their base form, leaving them dazed and severely injured on the ground. The fused creature, though weakened, struggled to its feet, its malevolent aura flickering, but far from fading completely.
Vegeta, we're in trouble! This thing's stronger than we thought!
Vegeta, however, lay motionless on the ground with visible wounds and his aura rapidly diminishing.
Vegeta! Don't give up, Vegeta!
The fused creature, slowly recovering, calmly approached towards Vegeta with a palpable malevolence in its glowing eyes.
Your efforts are futile. I'm the amalgam of darkness itself. This is the end of you, Saiyan Prince.
Goku, full of rage and despair, stood up and threw himself towards the creature with what was left of his strength. However, the creature, with a simple wave of its hand, unleashed a wave of dark energy that enveloped Kakarot and threw him violently to the ground.
Vegeta, we need a plan.
The fused creature approached Vegeta, lifting him off the ground with one hand. The Saiyan Prince, barely conscious, opened his eyes to meet the cold, merciless gaze of his energy.
Kakarot, do whatever it takes.
The fused creature, with a contemptuous gesture, threw Vegeta back to the ground, leaving him on the verge of death. The battle, which had begun with hope, now became bleaker than ever. With his partner down and his own strength waning, Kakarot faced a strength that seemed insurmountable. Goku, sensing the desperation of the situation, recalled the hermit seeds he carried with him. The moment the fused creature came speeding towards him, Goku managed to dodge the blow swiftly, approached Vegeta and handed him one of the valuable seeds.
Vegeta, eat this! It'll give you the energy to keep fighting!
At the same time, Goku also consumed one of the seeds. Vegeta, barely conscious, accepted the seed and consumed it urgently. The hermit seed acted quickly, healing Vegeta's wounds and restoring his life energy. Flashes of golden light surrounded the Saiyan Prince as he stood up, his eyes regaining determination.
Kakarot, don't underestimate me. I can keep fighting.
Fine, Vegeta, but we need something else to defeat this creature. Do you remember the fusion technique?
Vegeta frowned but nodded in understanding. Both Saiyans positioned themselves in front of the fused creature, focusing their energies.
Vegeta, let's do it! Let's merge!
I don't think it'll come to this, Kakarot, but I have no choice.
Both warriors stood side by side, raising their hands into the front and began to concentrate their energies. The atmosphere was filled with a brilliant glow as the two Saiyans merged into a single entity. The resulting figure was a perfect combination of Goku and Vegeta, with a powerful golden aura enveloping their fused bodies. This fusion creature showed signs of unease as it witnessed the transformation. The new Saiyan entity turned to it with a determined look. The fusion between Goku and Vegeta, known as Gogeta, and his Super Saiyan form was now evident. Gogeta, with the combined voice of Goku and Vegeta, said, "Prepare for defeat. We're the fusion of the Saiyans, there's nothing we cannot overcome." With a unified shout, the Saiyan fusion lunged towards the fused creature with incredible speed and power. The battle between the Saiyan fusion and the fused creature erupted into a frenzy of power and skill. Every move, every blow, every burst of energy shook the battlefield. The earth trembled under the intensity of the confrontation, and the sky lit up with the sparks of energy released during the fight. Gogeta, with the combination of Goku's cunning and Vegeta's determination, proved to be an unstoppable force. However, the fused creature did not yield easily, showing a resilience that defied expectations. Both contenders were at a stalemate, each pushing their limits to the max. Goku and Vegeta, in their fused form, began to feel the need to unleash more power to overcome their more formidable foe. In a moment of perfect synchronization, both Saiyans raised their ki to the limit, and the atmosphere itself began to be distorted with the built-up pressure.
It's time to take this to the next level!
In a dazzling flash, the Saiyan fusion underwent an astonishing metamorphosis. His once golden hair now turned sapphire blue, and his aura took on a heavenly hue. The transformation to Super Saiyan Blue had taken place. The fused creature recoiled momentarily as it witnessed the new form. Shocked by the magnitude of the power unleashed, however, the Saiyan fusion showed no mercy and lunged towards with dizzying speed.
Prepare for true Saiyan strength!
The attacks and counterattacks reached a speed that defied perception. The fused creature, despite its previous endurance, was outmatched by the speed and aggressiveness of the Saiyan fusion in its Super Saiyan Blue form. The battle had not yet come to an end. In a final attempt to resist, the fused creature unleashed its own dark power, enveloping the Saiyan fusion in a spiral of chaotic energy. Gogeta, in response, concentrated his energy to the maximum in an act of rage.
Let's go farther!
The energy surrounding the Saiyan fusion intensified and exploded in a dazzling burst. The bright blue aura became more intense, and the power of the Saiyan fusion increased to unimaginable levels. The sky lit up with glows and waves of energy as the fused creature faced Gogeta's unstoppable strength. However, in an unexpected twist, the creature began to build up a dark and sinister energy, revealing a hidden power.
Your resistance is impressive, Saiyans, but you have not seen my true potential.
The fused creature transformed, its fusion distorting further. A black aura filled with malevolence surrounded its body as its eyes glowed with terrifying intensity.
What the hell is it doing?
The fused creature, now imbued with a new dark power, lunged at Gogeta with surprising speed. Despite Gogeta's formidable strength in his Super Saiyan Blue form, the fused creature seemed to be able to anticipate even more.
Now you'll experience true darkness.
Gogeta sensed the threat, deciding to take his own power to the extreme. In a blink of an eye, he activated the technique, the Kaioken. His blue aura multiplied into a mixture of blue and red, and the intensity of the battle reached levels never seen before.
It's time to put an end to this. Kaioken!
Gogeta's speed and strength multiplied exponentially, and the fused creature was momentarily caught off guard. However, the creature counterattacked with a blast of dark energy that enveloped Gogeta, but he struggled to resist. Gogeta, in his Kaioken state, felt the need to raise his power even higher. Thus his ki increased, causing the earth to tremble from such immense power, destroying mountains and lifting rocks into the skies. At that precise moment, he disappeared from the sight of the fused creature, appearing from behind and creating a glowing bluish sphere of energy that materialized between his hands.
Final Kamehameha!
The energy sphere impacted against the fused creature with unparalleled force. The resulting explosion lit up the sky, dispersed the creature's dark energy. However, when the light faded, the fused creature emerged once again, albeit visibly weakened.
Do not underestimate my power, Saiyans. I have attained a form beyond your comprehension.
Gogeta, sensing the gravity of the situation, prepared for the next confrontation. The battle, far from over, was entering even more dangerous terrain, with the fate of the universe hanging in the balance in this fierce struggle between light and darkness. The battlefield was plunged into utter chaos, with destructive shockwaves reverberating throughout space. Gogeta, with his combined aura of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken, was moving at speeds that defied perception. The fused creature, despite his new enhanced form, was momentarily outmatched by the Saiyan warrior's speed.
Darkness cannot defeat light. It's time to seal your fate.
Though weakened, the fused creature did not give up. With impressive speed, it lunged towards Gogeta, unleashing a series of dark attacks that even defied the Kaioken's speed.
Your light is but a fleeting glimmer. In the eternity of darkness, you will suffer.
Gogeta, with sharp reflexes at precise moments, will dodge the fused creature's attacks. The battle reached an even greater frenzy, with a clash of fists and kicks creating waves of energy that swept the surrounding landscape. The once dark and stormy sky were illuminated by the flashes on the contest. In the beginning of the moment of opportunity, Gogeta channeled the Kaioken to an even higher level. His aura became more intense, mixing blue with red in a dazzling display. Seeing the new burst of power, the fused creature recoiled momentarily, a moment Gogeta took advantage of to gather energy.
This is the limit of your darkness. Prepare for the end.
Gogeta, with unmatched speed, appeared in front of the fused creature, concentrating his energy to a single point. A glowing sphere of energy formed between his hands, but this time, the sphere was not blue, it was a mixture of colors. A fusion of the power of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken.
Kaioken 20 times! Final Kamehameha!
The now larger, more powerful energy sphere hurled with impressive speed towards the fused creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the entire horizon, causing the mountains and valleys to be enveloped in a dazzling glow. When the light faded, the fused creature lay defeated on the ground. Its dark aura completely dissipated. Gogeta, with his Super Saiyan Blue form and Kaioken still activated, watched cautiously. The intense battle had come to an end, but the price of the confrontation was reflected in the devastated earth and the wear and tear visible on the Saiyan warrior.
I hope that was enough. This universe can't take any more of this destruction.
With a flash, Gogeta deactivated the Kaioken and returned to his base form. As silence descended over the battlefield, The lingering question was whether the threat had truly been eliminated, or if there was still challenges to be faced in the vast cosmos. Goku and Vegeta, feeling that the threat had been neutralized for the moment, separated from the Saiyan fusion. The intensity of the battle had left both Saiyans exhausted, but their attention was diverted to a disturbing reality. In the corner of their vision, they watched as a small dark creature made its way towards where Gohan and Broly were standing.
Vegeta, something's happening! We must get there fast!
Those two are in trouble if that thing gets to them. Let's go, Goku.
Both Saiyans, despite their exhaustion, dashed towards Gohan and Broly's location with as much speed as possible. As they approached, they could see the dark creature getting closer and closer to the two warriors. Gohan, who was training with Broly in an attempt to increase his skills, noticed Goku and Vegeta's arrival urgently.
Dad! Vegeta! Something's coming!
Broly, with his piercing gaze, had also sensed the approaching threat.
Evil creature, we will fight.
The small dark creature, noticing the presence of the Saiyans, stopped advancing and displayed a malevolent laugh.
Ha ha ha! Your victory was short-lived. This is only the first of many surprises.
Before they could react, the dark creature split into multiple smaller shadows, surrounding Gohan and Broly with astonishing speed.
Watch out, Broly! They're fast and dangerous!
We will fight. We won't let them defeat us.
Goku and Vegeta, arriving just in time, joined the battle. The battle became a chaotic dance of blows and explosions as the Saiyans fought the dark shadows that multiplied endlessly.
Let's finish this quickly. Gohan, Broly, stay strong.
Got it, Vegeta!
Broly, unleashing his titanic power, emitted a wave of energy that temporarily dispersed the dark shadows. However, the dark creature, in a final act of desperation, merged back into a larger, more powerful form.
My shadows cannot be so easily defeated. The real battle has just begun.
The shadow creature, now strengthened and more menacing than ever, faced the four Saiyan warriors with palpable malevolence. Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta moved into battle stance, facing the shadow creature with determination.
Come on, guys! Let's work together and put an end to this menace once and for all!
Broly growled in agreement, his power emanating from him with an imposing force. Goku and Vegeta, despite their earlier exhaustion, raised their energies ready for the battle ahead. The shadow creature, with a sinister laugh, lunged towards them with surprising speed. The Saiyans responded with a coordinated assault, launching energy blasts and performing combo attacks. However, the shadow creature was agile and dodged their attacks with ease.
We can't let this thing get away. Concentrate on attacking together.
You're right, Vegeta. If we fight them as a team, we can overcome anything.
The four Saiyans synchronized their movements, attacking in harmony. Broly unloaded titanic blows. Gohan used his agility and advanced techniques, while Goku and Vegeta coordinated their energies to create a combined assault. Despite their efforts, the shadow creature proved to be resilient and adaptable. It defended with cunning and counterattacked with fury. In a moment of tension, the shadow creature unleashed a dark glow that enveloped its form, transforming to an even more powerful and monstrous version.
It's getting stronger again!
It doesn't matter. I'll destroy it.
The battle intensified as the shadow creature, in its enhanced form, launched waves of dark energy and unleashed more devastating attacks. The Saiyans, however, did not back down. Despite the gravity of the situation, their determination burned stronger than ever.
There's no limit to our strength when we fight together! Come on, guys, we can't lose!
This thing doesn't know who it's messing with. Get ready for what's coming.
Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta channeled their energies to the maximum, shaking the earth under the intensity of their combined power. In a unified act, the four Saiyans raised their ki to the limit and lunged towards the shadow creature with indomitable resolve. The shadow creature, now in its strengthened form, unleashed a dark energy that enveloped Broly, possessing the mighty Saiyan with a malevolent influence. Broly, his eyes now awash with shadows, stood before the other Saiyans with a menacing presence.
Broly, I won't let you be used as a puppet. We must save him. We won't let this thing manipulate Broly. Come on, guys. Let's protect ourselves and save our friend.
This is getting more complicated than I thought. But no matter, we won't let the darkness win.
The battle began with the shadow creature using Broly's immense power against them. The controlled Saiyans' attacks were fierce, with waves of energy and bursts of ki that challenged even the most experienced warriors. The Saiyans dodged and counterattacked, but the shadow creature took advantage of Broly's brute strength to counter his moves.
We must weaken it enough to free Broly! Dad, Vegeta, let's follow the plan and attack in unison!
The three Saiyans coordinated, launching a series of swift and powerful attacks. However, the shadow creature moved with agility, dodging most of the blows and countering with blows of its own. Broly, under the influence of the Dark Possession, was showing superhuman endurance.
It's not enough! Broly, fight against this influence!
We must force him to break free. We're gonna give it our all.
In a moment of desperation, the Saiyans decided to raise their powers to the maximum. Goku transformed into Super Saiyan second stage, Gohan advanced his mystical form, and Vegeta unleashed his own power into Super Saiyan second stage. The three Saiyans surrounded Broly, launching a combination of flurry of powerful attacks.
Broly, resist! Don't let their darkness consume you!
The shadow creature, feeling the combined presence of the three Saiyan warriors, showed signs of weakness. However, in a desperate act, the dark energy intensified its hold on Broly, raising its power even higher, unleashing unbridled fury.
We can't give up! We're going to free Broly, whatever it takes!
The battle reached its climax as the three Saiyan warriors, Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta, clashed against the shadow creature possessing Broly. The unleashed energy created a spectacle of flashes, explosions, and shockwaves that shook the battlefield. Goku, with his power as a Super Saiyan, moved with astonishing speed, launched energy blasts and accurate punches at the shadow creature. Gohan, in his mystical form, unleashed a combination of fast attacks and advanced techniques, seeking to weaken the dark possession that controlled Broly. Vegeta, in his Super Saiyan second phase form, displayed titanic power, coordinating his attacks with calculated precision.
Broly, listen to my voice! Don't be consumed by this darkness!
The shadow creature, however, resisted tenaciously, harnessing Broly's brute strength and ferocity to counter the Saiyan's attacks. Broly, under the dark possession, responded with unstoppable strength, his attacks more intense and uncontrolled.
We need to weaken that possession! Come on, guys, keep up the pressure!
This dark power won't last forever. We must resist.
The battle grew more frantic. With each passing moment, the shadow creature, sensing the threat of the Saiyans, intensified its hold on Broly, fusing its dark energy with the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan.
We can't back down now! Broly's our friend, and we won't let this darkness control him!
In a moment of perfect synchronization, the three Saiyans focused their energies into a coordinated attack. Goku launched a Kamehameha, Gohan unleashed a Masenko, and Vegeta fired a final flash, all aimed at the shadow creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the battlefield, creating an energy storm. However, when the light faded, the shadow creature and Broly still stood, visibly weakened but far from defeated.
It's not enough! We must find a way to free Broly from this possession!
At that moment, the shadow creature, taking advantage of the Saiyan's momentary weakness, launched a surprise attack, sending Goku and Gohan to the ground. Vegeta, with his rage in his eyes, stood up determined.
Enough's enough! We won't let this thing continue to manipulate Broly.
Vegeta concentrated his ki to the maximum, unleashing a new transformation. His intense blue aura transformed into an even brighter and more powerful hue.
Super Saiyan Blue!
The atmosphere itself seemed to tremble at the magnitude of the transformation. Vegeta, now in his evolved form, launched himself towards the shadow creature with renewed speed and power. Vegeta's transformation in Super Saiyan Blue evolved caused a dramatic change in the intensity of the battle. His bright blue aura flashed with overwhelming energy as he charged towards the shadowy creature and Broly, who was still under his influence.
It's time to put an end to this. Broly, I'll fight to free you from this darkness.
The shadow creature, sensing the threat posed by Super Saiyan Blue, adopted a defensive stance. On the other hand, Broly, his eyes still darkened, prepared to face Vegeta. Vegeta unleashed a flurry of quick and precise attacks, combining punches and kicks with astonishing speed. Each move was charged with the strength of the new form, and the shadow creature was forced to retreat in the face of Vegeta's fury.
Broly, regain control. I'll not allow this darkness to consume you.
Broly, under the influence of the Dark Possession, responded with impressive stamina. His attacks were brutal and uncontrolled, but Vegeta moved with a dexterity that defied expectations.
I need to find an opening in this possession.
In an act of bravery, Vegeta launched himself directly towards Broly. Their fists collided forcefully, and Vegeta, using all his skill, made precise strikes that temporarily weakened the dark influence.
Broly, fight this! You're stronger than this darkness.
The shadowy creature, seeing Vegeta's resistance, increased his energy and fused even more with Broly. Now the dark influence was more entrenched than ever, and Broly unleashed an explosion of wild power.
You can't stop me, Saiyan Prince.
Vegeta, not backing down, continued to engage Broly. The battle reached new heights as both warriors unleashed their most powerful attacks. Vegeta launched a Big Bang attack while Broly responded with a gigantic charge of dark energy. The collision of energies generated a huge explosion that blanketed the area. After the dust settled, Vegeta lay on the ground, clearly exhausted but not giving up.
I can't lose. My determination's stronger than your darkness.
The battle between Vegeta and Broly, who was possessed by the shadow creature, reached a critical point. The overflowing energy of the confrontation was spreading across the battlefield, distorting the air and creating palpable tension. At that crucial moment, Goku found himself regaining consciousness, stood up, and immediately went to Saiyan Prince's side.
Vegeta, let's go! Let's give it all we've got!
Goku's transformation into Super Saiyan Phase 2 and joined the fray. The shadow creature, seeing the arrival of another Saiyan warrior, prepared to face the new threat.
Kakarot, you're just in time. This thing has gotten stronger with Broly.
We'll face it together! Broly, we won't let this darkness control you!
The three Saiyans stood in formation, ready to deal with the shadow creature fused with Broly. The intensity of the conflict increased even more with flashes of energy and clashes of fists echoing throughout the battlefield.
Come on, Kakarot, let's attack in unison and free Broly.
I got it, Vegeta! Together, we'll free him!
The Saiyans coordinated their attacks, launching a combined blast towards the shadow creature. Despite their efforts, Broly's dark possession was still resisting, fueled by the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan. Broly, under the influence of the shadow creature, unleashed an uncontrolled fury. His attacks were unpredictable and devastating, putting the Saiyans on the defensive. Goku, Vegeta, and the shadow creature continued to exchange energy blasts and powerful blows.
Vegeta, we must break that possession! We can't let Broly fall into darkness!
Roger that, Kakarot. Let's keep attacking together.
Amidst the chaos of the battlefield, the fiery aura of the Saiyans lit up the sky, a visual manifestation of their mammoth power. Goku and Vegeta, feeling the weight of the battle, decided to take it a step further. They joined their energies in a symphony of power, a final bid to tear apart the shadows enveloping the evil presence. The shadow creature on the brink of the abyss responded with desperation. It raised its own power and the darkness churned with intensity as it struggled to resist the combined onslaught of the Saiyans. The clash of energies created a cataclysm of flashes and booms, shaking the battlefield to its core. At that critical moment, the energy explosion was unleashed with dazzling magnificence. The earth shook, and the shockwaves swept across the landscape, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, enveloped in the blanket of the explosion, were momentarily eclipsed by the blinding light and dancing shadow. When the shimmering luminosity faded, the Saiyans found themselves faced with a new scenario. On the ground lay Broly, his figure shrouded in a residual haze of the contest. The dark aura that had consumed him had finally dissipated. Stillness reigned on the battlefield. As the warriors approached with worried looks, the formidable warrior who now resisted, his power darkened, finally silenced.
We did it, Vegeta! Broly's free!
Yes, but this shadow creature's still a problem. We can't let our guard down.
Vegeta nodded grimly as they watched Broly, who lay on the ground, slowly recovering from the intense battle. However, at that moment of apparent calm, the shadow creature, cunning and unnoticed, had left Broly's possession to seek a new host. The dark entity swiftly swept into the shadows, unnoticed by the Saiyans, who still assessing their companion's condition. Silently, the shadow creature crept towards Gohan, who had been watching the battle from a distance. Gohan, oblivious to the threat looming over him, felt a shiver run down his spine, just as the shadow creature enveloped him with its dark presence. A momentary flash of its eyes indicated that something was terribly wrong. At that instant, Gohan, with a sudden alteration in his expression, went on guard without warning. His gaze, now posed by the shadow creature, glowed with a malevolence that contrasted with his gentle nature. Goku, noticing the sudden tension, turned towards Gohan, but before he could react, Gohan, under the influence of the shadow creature, moved with supernatural speed. The confrontation with Broly had left the Saiyans exhausted, and the shadow creature, seizing the opportunity, vanished into the darkness along with Gohan. Vegeta, realizing the situation, gritted his teeth in fury. The threat persisted, and now Gohan, a valuable ally, was in the hands of the shadows. Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for a new confrontation, aware that the battle had not yet come to an end. The tension in the air was palpable, as Goku and Vegeta, still worried about Broly, with determination, turned towards the place where the dark entity had vanished.
Damn it! Where'd that thing go?
I don't know, Vegeta, but we must find it before it hurts Gohan.
The two Saiyans, quick as the wind, rushed towards where Gohan had been standing, their senses alert. The shadow creature, now inside Gohan, emerged from the shadows with a sinister laugh.
Ha 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 ha! Looks like they're not as cunning as they thought. Now I have a new toy for my plans. Get out of Gohan, you damn creature!
I'll not allow you to possess my son!
Ha! You think you could stop me? My power possesses even more of your combined forces. Do not underestimate the Saiyans. We have overcome greater challenges than you.
Leave Gohan and face your fate, creature. You'll not be victorious.
The shadow creature, now in control of Gohan, smiled malevolently before responding.
We'll see how long you can resist. Gohan is now an instrument of my will.
The shadow creature possessing Gohan unleashed a burst of dark energy that distorted the surrounding space. Goku and Vegeta suddenly found themselves during a chaotic confrontation, with Gohan now transformed into an instrument of the malevolent entity. The waves of energy radiating from Gohan's possessed figure created an ominous aura that filled the battlefield, defying the Saiyans' endurance and determination. The Saiyans, in their Super Saiyan Blue form, prepared for the impending clash. The shadow creature, using Gohan's body, moved with supernatural agility, dodging the Saiyans' first attacks with grace and malice. Gohan, his eyes now filled with darkness, lunged at Goku with astonishing speed. Goku blocked Gohan's first few blows with difficulty, feeling the enhanced strength and speed of his new controlled son. The fight was intense, each move charged with power and ferocity. Meanwhile, Vegeta positioned himself strategically, assessing the situation, looking for an opening to attack. The shadow creature, through Gohan, unleashed a flurry of attack, which devastating blows that kept Goku on the defensive. However, Goku's ability to adapt quickly to the battle allowed him to counter the attacks and counterattack with his own overwhelming power. Vegeta, sensing an opportunity, lunged at the shadow creature from an unexpected angle. However, the dark entity had sharp reflexes and deflected Vegeta's attack with ease, throwing Gohan against Goku as a distraction. The Shadow's creature's strategy paid off, as it took advantage of the distraction to hit Vegeta with a beam of dark energy. Vegeta, although he resisted the impact, was momentarily weakened. The entity, now with a malevolent smile, turned to him.
Damn it! This isn't over, shadow creature.
Goku, reacting quickly, stepped between the shadow creature and Vegeta.
Vegeta, hold on! We can't let this thing divide us.
The shadow creature, enjoying the chaos at its zone, released a dark aura that enveloped both Saiyans. The dark energy sought to confuse and weaken their senses. However, the Saiyans' instinctive connection to Ki enabled them to resist the dark influence. The battle raged in a frenzy of clashing colors and energies. Gohan, controlled by the shadow creature, moved with a mixture of speed and agility that defied the laws of physics. Goku and Vegeta, each focusing on their own battlefront, were trying to coordinate their attacks to free Gohan from the dark possession.
Gohan, fight this darkness! You're stronger than this!
Gohan, though showing flashes of resistance, was caught in an internal struggle between his will and the shadow creature's control. The battle grew more challenging. With each passing second, the shadow creature reveled in its ability to manipulate and corrupt one of Earth's mightiest warriors. Vegeta, recovering from the earlier onslaught, threw himself back into the fray. The shadow creature, however, anticipated his attack and gracefully dodged Vegeta's attempts to strike it. The dark entity counterattacked with a series of precise blows that forced Vegeta to retreat.
You damn shadow, don't underestimate the Prince of the Saiyans.
Goku, seeing his partner's difficulty, raised his power to the maximum. Dazzling energy emanated from his Super Saiyan Blue form as he prepared for a concentrated attack. The shadow creature, noticing the glowing threat, diverted its attention to Goku.
Vegeta, keep up the pressure! I'm gonna concentrate my energy to free Gohan!
Vegeta nodded and increased his offensive, distracting the shadow creature as Goku concentrated his power. The fight reached a new level of intensity, with each move echoing across the vast battlefield. The energy collided, creating shockwaves that distorted reality itself. Goku, eyes glowing with determination, unleashed his most powerful attack. A sphere of glowing blue energy formed in his outstretched hands. Charged with the combined strength of the Saiyans, the spear grew in size and the power as Goku had held it in place. "It's time to free Gohan!" The shadow creature, realizing the threat, moved quickly to stop Goku's attack. Vegeta, taking advantage of the distraction, lunged with renewed fury, looking for an opening to attack. The battle reached its climax when Goku released the energy sphere, ascending it directly towards the shadow creature. The energy sphere burst into a dazzling flash, illuminating the battlefield with intense light. Shockwaves swept through the darkness as Goku's purifying energy sought to free Gohan from the shadow creature's possession. However, as the light faded and the earth stopped shaking, the shadow creature emerged seemingly unharmed. The dark entity, now irritated, turned to the Saiyans with a twisted laugh.
Is that all you can do? My power is unbreakable.
Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for the next assault. The battle, far from ending, dragged on into confrontation of epic proportions. Darkness and light collided in an endless clash, with the will of the Saiyans resisting against the entity that threatened to plunge them into the shadows. The dark creature, after resisting Goku's powerful attack, showed a malicious smile. A dark glow enveloped Gohan, and his body began to tremble with intensity. A guttural scream echoed through the air as the dark entity forced a unique transformation on the Saiyan warrior. Gohan, under the shadow creature's influence, contorted and his body was enveloped in a dark, feral energy. The earth trembled with the intensity of the transformation, and Gohan's figure began to change. Defined musculature, red eyes, a wild gaze, long gray hair, and emerging in the new form, Gohan Dark Beast. Vegeta and Goku, shocked by the unexpected evolution, instinctively recoiled from the overwhelming presence of Dark Gohan Beast. The shadow creature had accomplished what it could not do with Broly, unleash a unique and uncontrolled transformation on Gohan. Dark Beast Gohan, now freed from any hint of rationality, roared skyward, emitting an overwhelming energy that shook the battlefield. His eyes glowed with an animalistic intensity, and his posture indicated that human control was suppressed.
This can't be happening. What did that thing do?
The shadow creature managed to unlock something inside Gohan. This won't be easy.
The shadow creature, pleased with the success of its manipulation, watched the scene with satisfaction.
Now, witness my true power, the Saiyan Beast Warrior. How do you plan to stop him?
Dark Beast Gohan let out a deafening roar and lunged towards Vegeta with impressive speed. Dark Beast Gohan's attacks were ferociously savage, his brute strength and speed surpassing even Broly's most rampaging transformation. Vegeta, using his speed and agility, dodged Dark Beast Gohan's first attacks. However, the Saiyan Beast Warrior's ferocity was unpredictable, and Vegeta was forced to deploy all his skill to stay out of range of the devastating attacks. Goku, assessing the situation, transformed into Super Saiyan Blue and rushed to Vegeta's aid. The two Saiyans fought in tactical coordination, looking to open an opportunity to counter Gohan's savage new form. The battle became a whirlwind of energy, with explosions and crashes echoing across the battlefield. The shadow creature in the shadows continued to manipulate and fuel Dark Beast Gohan's fury. The Saiyan strategy was becoming more and more challenging as Dark Beast Gohan seemed to be one step ahead, anticipating their moves.
Damn it! Gohan Beast is too unpredictable.
We must find a way to free Gohan from this transformation. We can't let the shadow control his true power.
As the Saiyans faced Gohan Beast's fury, the shadow creature watched from the shadows, enjoying the chaos he had unleashed. The situation was becoming more critical with each passing moment, and the Saiyans' endurance was being tested in the face of Beast Gohan's uncontrollable fury. The battle raged on in a titanic struggle between light and darkness, with the hope of freeing Gohan from the influence of the shadow creature hanging in delicate balance. The Saiyans, determined to overcome this challenge, faced an enemy that had managed to unleash an even greater internal threat than before. While the intense battle raged on the battlefield, Piccolo, the Namekian sage, was immersed in his mental training somewhere secluded. His concentration was so deep that he could feel an abrupt shift in ki, a disturbance that reverberated through space and time. A shiver ran down his back, indicating the gravity of the situation.
Something's not right.
The Namekian instantly stood up, his cloak billowing as he focused on the direction of the glowing chaos. The power he felt was not just brute force. It was an amalgam of dark energies that seemed to defy the very essence of reality. Wasting no time, Piccolo prepared to approach this side of the conflict. Back on the battlefield, Goku and Vegeta fought valiantly against Dark Beast Gohan, who moved with uncontrollable ferocity under the influence of the shadow creature. The dark entity, sensing Piccolo's arrival, smirked.
Looks like we have a new guest. This just gets more interesting.
Goku and Vegeta focused on Gohan Beast, noticing Piccolo's presence as he appeared on the battlefield with a serenity that contrasted with the surrounding chaos.
What happened here? What have you done with Gohan?
That shadow thing possessed Gohan and transformed it into a wild beast.
We can't free Gohan this way. The shadow creature manipulates his power in unimaginable ways.
Dark Beast Gohan, noticing Piccolo's arrival, turned to him with wild eyes. The shadow creature, enjoying the chaos, prepared for the next act of this heartbreaking play.
Welcome, Piccolo. You're just in time to witness the inevitable downfall of these Saiyans.
Don't underestimate the Saiyans or my determination. I'm here to free Gohan.
The Namekian braced himself for the confrontation, deploying his ki with an intensity that made it clear he would not be a mere spectator in this battle. Dark Beast Gohan, fueled by the shadowy influence, roared and lunged towards Piccolo with a speed that defied all logic. The battle became even more chaotic with Piccolo's entrance. His movements were precise and calculated, contrasting with the wild ferocity of Dark Beast Gohan. Goku and Vegeta, aware of Piccolo's strategic skill, adjusted their approach to coordinate their attacks with the Namekian. Meanwhile, the shadow creature watched the battle with a Machiavellian smile, enjoying the confrontation between the forces of light and shadow. The dark entity was determined to prove that its influence was insurmountable. The fight unfolded in a whirlwind of colliding energies, with Piccolo demonstrating his tactical and strategic prowess. Dark Beast Gohan, however, remained a formidable challenge, his erratic movements and uncontrolled strength testing the tenacity of the warriors on the battlefield.
Goku, Vegeta, we need to plan to break the connection between Gohan and that shadow creature.
You're right, Piccolo. We need to attack from different fronts and destabilize that connection.
I'll take care of keeping Beast Gohan busy. Kakarot, you use the connection you have with your son to try to isolate the shadow creature.
Goku and Vegeta, coordinating their efforts with Piccolo's strategic expertise, went on the assault. Piccolo used his wisdom to be able to devise a way to get Dark Beast Gohan out of said possession, while Vegeta unleashed his fury with calculated attacks to keep the beast at bay. As the battle continued, the shadow creature began to feel the pressure of the combined strategy of the Saiyans and Piccolo. The connection between Gohan and the dark entity was under threat, and the shadow creature, despite its confidence, was beginning to show signs of concern. The battle was far from over, but the warriors' resilience was growing stronger in the face of the adversity that loomed over them. As Piccolo continued his mental struggle to free Gohan from the shadow creature's possession, his Namekian senses sharpened. Keen perception led him to identify a small shadow leech clinging to Dark Beast Gohan's lower neck, a detail that had not been evident in Broly's previous possession due to his long hair covering that region.
That's it. The key in this little shadow leech on his neck. We must eliminate it to free Gohan.
Piccolo's revelation attracted the attention of Vegeta and Goku on the physical battlefield. Vegeta, upon hearing this, turned his gaze to the back of Gohan Beast's dark neck and noticed the presence of the Shadow Leech.
A Shadow Leech? That explains why we couldn't free Broly this way.
How do we eliminate it without harming Gohan?
As Piccolo struggled to maintain his mental connection, he analyzed this situation and came up with a strategy.
If we attack the Shadow Leech directly, we might harm Gohan in the process. We need a precise way to eliminate it without endangering his life.
So what's the plan, Piccolo?
Goku, you've mastered Ultra Instinct, but you can only maintain it for a few seconds. We need to take advantage of those brief moments to distract Dark Beast Gohan and allow you to get close enough to destroy the Shadow Leech.
Understood, Piccolo. I'll do my best.
But how do we make sure Beast Gohan doesn't attack while Kakarot's approaching? That's the tricky part. We need to keep Gohan busy and distracted. Vegeta, your attacks must be precise and constant, keeping his attention on you. I will, but Kakarot, don't make me regret this.
The battle resumed with renowned intensity. Vegeta went on the offensive, attacking Gohan Dark Beast with a series of swift and powerful blows. Gohan responded with ferocity, but Vegeta maintained agile, dodging his attacks while keeping the savage Saiyan warrior's attention. At that moment, Goku concentrated, channeling Ultra Instinct. An aura of flickering energy surrounded him as he activated the powerful transformation. His speed increased exponentially, allowing him to easily dodge Dark Beast Gohan's attacks.
Now, Goku, now's your chance.
Goku in his Ultra Instinct state moved with superhuman speed towards Gohan's rear. The shadow creature, still focused on the fierce confrontation with Vegeta, did not notice Goku's approach. This is my chance to end this! With pinpoint accuracy, Goku reached out his hand and touched the small shadow leech on Gohan's neck. The leech, upon being touched by the Ultra Instinct energy, began to fade, emitting a dark screech before dissolving completely. Dark Beast Gohan, losing connection with the Shadow Leech, shook violently, as if releasing himself from a trance. Vegeta, noticing the change, cautiously stepped back as Goku returned to his normal state. What happened?
Kakarot seems to have found a way to free you from that thing.
It was risky, but it worked.
Well done, Goku, but don't let your guard down. This shadow creature might have more tricks up its sleeve.
The immediate threat had been neutralized. The shadow creature, watching from the shadows, moving away unnoticed by the Saiyan warriors, was not about to give up. So the shadow creature set out to return to its master.
Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.